Hey, cuties. What did I push? Hold on, guys. Whatever I pushed on this mic, I'm going to unpush it. If you guys can hear me, please put a 1 in the chat for me. Thank you guys for joining me. Let me get my phone on. Okay. Hey, little sis. Trending. I see you. Hey, sis. Pink Table Topics in the building. All right. I'm going to go up and say some hellos. Hey, Square Biz. Thank you, guys. I know there are still a lot of people that's out. I've been looking, today, checking out everybody, trying to, and everybody's views reflect Thanksgiving, okay? But we're going to get back to normal around here. Yes, we are. But if you guys are joining me, thank you again. Please make sure to hit the like button for me on your way. And Square Biz, I hope you had a lovely weekend as well. Mine was uneventful my whole week. And I'm still sick. Crazy. But thank you, thank you. Hey, Linda Gambo, cutie crew member. Hello, Kathleen from Cali. Hey, Teresa, cutie crew member. Veronica Monroe. Hey, Veronica Monroe. Thanks for joining me. Hey, Mildred, cutie crew member as well as content creator. Make sure to follow Mildred Conversation and Cocktails, guys. Hey, Stacy, cutie crew member. Hey, Judy. Judy is a cutie crew member as well. Gloria, cutie crew member as well. Cutie crew is representing. Happy Sunday to you too, Karen. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. Deborah Jackson in the house, cutie crew member. Hey, Deborah. Hey, Neva S. How are you? Ernestine is also a cutie crew member. Cutie crew. I'm going to put a post up. Let me know if you guys want to go live Tuesday, or shall we hold it off where we can cut up Friday? So I'll put that post up. But thank you guys for joining me. Hey, Jackie Johnson, how are you? Happy Sunday. Hey, Jesse. Hey, Betty. Cutie, remember, we got my sis Red Ann in the building. Cutie crew member. Hey, sis. Hello again to my little sis Trending. Trending, I'm able to hold it a little more. That means I'm getting better. Because, child, the other day I was like, I couldn't even get it out, child. All I said was That's it. All right. Again, we got my sis Pink Table Topics. If you guys are not following Trending at some point, what are you waiting for? As well as Pink Table Topics. Make sure to support the content creators. Yes, I think I got everybody saying Trending. Hey, Tawana. Hey, sis. How are you? It's raining? Oh, no. It's chilly here. It is chilly. It may not be chilly to other folks. Let me look and see. Yeah, 65 degrees. That's chilly. Now, if I was in Chicago, that wouldn't be chilly. It's kind of hard to explain, but yeah, it's cold. Hey, Bevy, cutie crew member. Tawana is also a cutie crew member. And let's see. I think we're getting down to the bottom. Hey, May, June, July. Girlfriends Chronicle. Yes, it is Sunday, child. Back to work for a lot of folks. I got one more day off and then I'll be back. But Girlfriend Chronicles is also, aren't you, girlfriend? Um, a content creator? Let me know. If so, you guys make sure to follow Girlfriend Chronicles. She's also a Cutie Crew member. Cecilia, Cutie Crew member. Thank you guys for putting the one in the chat. Hello, my B. Hey, Gloria. Hey, Denise. All right. Marine Mom, how are you? Now, child, I know that profile pic. I know that profile pic. Now, Marine Mom, I'm not going to call your name, but I think it starts with a K, child. Let me know if I'm correct. Just put yay or nay. I know that profile picture. Let's be clear. Hey, let's be clear. How are you? I hope you're feeling better. I know that you said the other day you came down with this bug that's going around, and I'm so over it, but I hope you're feeling better. I know, girlfriend. To those of you that is going back to work tomorrow, we gotta do what we gotta do. You know, let one of us hit that $1 billion and just share something with your girl. I'll share, a little bit of something, especially with the cutie crew. Hey Jacqueline from Maryland. Hope you're well. Hey Yolanda. Hey Titi. Cutie crew member. Let's see. I think I'm getting down to the bottom. Hey Claudia. Cutie crew member. All right, Marine Mom. I thought so. Thanks for joining me. Hey TP Christy. Hello Laverne. Hey, Ebony. Hey, Thames. Thames was on fire the other day in the comments, baby. On fire. Cecilia, good evening to you. Jay Humans. Hello, hello. Miss Lady Cutie Crew member. Thanks for joining us. Let's see, Yolanda, I think I got you, but hello again. Z Frenchie is in the building. Hey, Z Frenchie, I hope you're doing well. All right, Miss Reese in the house, Cutie Crew member. T. Marie, Cutie Crew member. Cutie Crew represents. Cutie Crew always have my cheeks hurting from just smiling. Cutie Crew, I'm going to drop something about Martell. Couple other things. We're going to amp it up like I've been promising when it comes to the raw content over there at their membership or Patreon. Coming soon, coming soon. This week for the Cutie Crew, Patreon coming soon. Beautiful VIPT Flame. Hey, Cutie Crew member. Hey, Tay, Cutie Crew member. All right. Let's see. I believe I got everybody. Hey, Alf. How are you? Hey, Miss Tina. Hello, hello. Okay, I believe. Hey, Lizzie, Cutie remember. Jacqueline Harrison's the Whitlows. Got a lot going on, and we are going to discuss. Absolutely. Hey, Vi, how are you? You've been missing in action because of health problems. Oh no, I hope you're feeling much better. I hope so. I will be praying for you. And thank you for stopping by today. Thank you so much, Vi. Cutie Crew member as well. All right, I think we down to the bottom. Hey, TK. Hello, hey, Jertina. Cutie Crew member. Let's see. I think I got everybody. I'm scanning. I believe so. TK, I think I got you. Hello, hello. Girlfriends Chronicle. If you can't hear me, try to reboot. Well, I don't even know if you can hear that. But everybody else say that they can hear me. So I'm not sure what's going on. Hey, Kelly, how are you? Kelly was on fire the other day as well. I love when them comment sections be commenting, okay? giving exactly what it's supposed to give. Hey, Carolyn. I am feeling better. My Thanksgiving was uneventful. I'm so over Thanksgiving food that I just made probably an hour before this live. Bacon, eggs, and rice, breakfast food. Hold on, guys. Let me open this door for my little fat doggy. All right, girl. Hold on. You want to look out the window? Come on. There you go. There you go. Okay, I had to open the door. No, Clo. For my little dog, Chow. She not like my boy dog. My boy dog is just so chill. Thank you again, sis. Yes, please hit that like button for us. Hello, Scorpio Princess. Shout out to Pink Diva modding tonight. I appreciate you so much, sis. And thank you for the beautiful text that you sent me earlier today. It was well needed. So thank you. Sylvia P, you got one more day off too. Yes, and child, it's end of month. So I'm gonna have to hump Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I'm gonna hump. But guess what? We're gonna do some power hours as well. I am blessed, Pecan Pam. Welcome. Hey, Ream Bass. Hey, Mama V. Okay, you good now, girlfriend? Okay. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead. I know I've been getting sick too. Couldn't go out for Thanksgiving. It's been crazy, Andretta. OMG. And I took Monday and Tuesday were I took vacation days. I was off paid Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then I got a vacay day tomorrow. Didn't do a darn thing. I've been off of work since the 16th, okay? Didn't do shit. You from Huntsville? All right, Valentine. I feel better. I am blessed, Pecan Pam, but I promise you, I just took some Mucinex. I got some orange juice in front of me. I got a little Truly cough drops. I'm ready. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started. Again, thank you guys so very much for joining me. We have 168 people watching. If you guys did not hit the like button, please go ahead and do so now for me. If you are watching from the bushes, please hit that like button and drop down. Drop down and chit chat with us. We have some great conversations over here, and we're about to have one now. Now, what I'm going to do, guys, if you have not seen my 2 scene recaps, I thought I was going to be able to break down all the scenes before this live, but the other remaining scenes I'll discuss now. But if you did not see my video on Kiki and Tiffany sitting down with Stormy, make sure to check that out. Also, make sure to check out the video of Martell and Chris Fletcher. I wasn't pleased at all, okay, when it comes to how Chris handled Martell. And I think that, I put it in my video. They seem to walk on pins and needles when it comes to Martell, damn near everybody. And I think there could be a reason why. I'm going to share that in members only. But I think it has something to do with his temper. I also think that it has something to do with some things that he's been able to get away with right here on this show. But no, you got to come harder than that when you talking to somebody about your wife coming to you saying that they felt disrespected. So, as mentioned, go back and watch the videos. They are a little more detailed as far as these 2 scenes that I'm speaking of now. As far as Tiffany and Kiki, in that scene, I wanted Tiffany to stand in her shit. Okay? If you know that you were messy, stand in it. That's all. Don't shy away from it. Don't bring the baby child. Because Kiki most likely gonna pop off. But yeah, I wish she would have just stood in it. And as I put in my video, um, it's okay for Tiffany to feel that way. We're not forced to be friends with folks. So if she felt like Kiki wasn't her type of tea, that's fine. But again, stand on that. Hey Victoria. Hey D. Uh facts, D. Yeah. Well, again, to the cutie crew, it may be a video that I'll eventually release to everybody. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna go into detail exactly what you just said. D said, I think that they walk on pins and needles around Martell because his lack of stability. That and a couple other things to me. Red Ann, you said Chris did not defend his wife as hard as he could and should have. Facts. Totally agree. He definitely did not. And I'll say this real quick, and like I said, everything else will be in members only. For a man to sit there in your face and tell you, yeah, I'm gonna disrespect women if they disrespect me. No, sir. No, sir. That ain't what we about to do. That ain't what you about to do. If I were a man, that ain't what you about to do with me. When I'm sitting here talking to you and telling you how my wife felt. No. I agree, TK. And maybe they're not acting. Maybe they are not acting. Maybe they are scared. You know? He's shown some things. Hold on, guys. Let me call. Martell has shown some things. Martell has blown up a time or two in front of everybody. Okay? So, yeah, it's a reason why, and I'm not down for it, especially when it comes to a man taking up for his wife. Child, my sister just texted me that little wide mouth little boy, T.I. son. I don't know if you guys saw that video. Who child? We may have to discuss that a little later or in a power hour tomorrow. What I would have done to him. Mm-mm-mm. But anyway, go, like I said, guys, make sure to go watch my recap on Tiffany and Kiki, as well as Stormy, and also Martell and Chris. I'm really curious to see and hear what you guys got to say about that. But if you hit the link when I drop it a little later, you are more than welcome to discuss it all. But let's go ahead and get into the other scenes. This next scene that came, I was not impressed, and I'm just sorry. Wasn't impressed at all. Okay. Kimmy and Tisha meeting up for the vajayjay steaming. This was, and I hate to keep saying this when it comes to the Scots, 1.0 or 2. This was a filler scene. A filler scene for me means it makes no impact at all. None. And that's just how I felt. I need more meaningful scenes from the both of them, honestly. In this scene, Kimmy, Chow, is still on course with what she's been talking about this whole season. Um, and that is her lack of libido. Fifi, he absolutely put them paws on him, and he should have, okay? And he should have. I wish that we would have video of that. We'll talk about it, Fifi. Let me put that on my little board. That little boy is too disrespectful. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna close it. Sorry, guys. Hold on. No. 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 I'm gonna close it. All right, guys. Sorry about that. That little boy is too disrespectful, talking about he's standing on business And guess what you'll be standing on? You'll be standing on that street because anything that I bought you, clothes, shoes, cars, this house where you lay your head, all of that would be gone. Now go on out there and stand on business. Let's see how long you last. That little boy has been privileged his whole life, but he want to be a thug, okay? And he's not. So yeah, T.I. snatched him up. We didn't see it, but we heard it. Ti reminds me so much of my brother. So with the big words and all of that, child, that is my brother all the way. But anyway, yeah, like I said, when it comes to Kimmy and Tisha, filler scene, period, point blank. Tisha, you can go ahead on somewhere with this made up storyline of possibly being pregnant. I wasn't buying it. I was glad to hear her just go ahead and get it over with in this scene and say that it wasn't true. Now, there are some cases where women do get pregnant after their husband has had a vasectomy, but this just read fake because, I've said this before. Tisha is not a good actress. And, if she possibly thought she was preggers for real, instead of her smiling and laughing like she was doing, she would have, been a little nervous, been a little worried, had a look of concern on her face. None of that. So it was fake, just period, point blank. What else? Tisha talked a little bit about Kiki, said that, she's sick of talking about it. And Kimmy just basically let her know, we gonna ask you questions about it. But then she tried to blame Mel and said that she felt like Mel was digging for more. And girl, you on a reality show, okay? You on a reality show. And if that splash in the face happened the last time that they all were around you, how could you not think that they weren't going to ask you about it?
Back your ass. I don't give a back your
How could we not
ass. I
ask?
don't give a
I mean, yeah, we gonna ask about that. So it's not like Mel was digging. Number one, she's an executive producer. But again, that happened the last time you guys were together. So duh. Yeah, she asked. But anyway, Kimmy mentioned how Mel felt that Tisha's energy was different, and it was. Tisha said it's not about her. I promise it was not about Mel. Then she went on to say that she's dealing with a lot and she sort of wants to go back to being a stay-at-home mom. And I'm like, well, damn, that's all we've seen. I haven't seen her in action on the show, and you would think that we would see that if it's going on. So, I don't know about that. But Tisha seems just overwhelmed, which is natural. She said they're building their home, they're remodeling the home. At the time that they filmed, they were staying in the apartment. She's yelling and being mean to the kids and everybody else. And she feels like she needs to make some changes. And she said that she's not herself so much that Marceau wants to go see a marriage counselor. I'm not buying that at all. I'm sorry. You guys know Marceau's stance when it comes to counseling. And yeah, I think they just putting anything out there to keep a story going. I'm just not believing it. So it is what it is. Again, Kimmy and the lack of libido. It's still weird to me that we don't get much when it comes to Kimmy's journey with breast cancer. And it don't seem like we're gonna get it. It is what it is. So let me see what you guys are saying about that scene, and then we will go on to the next. Did you feel like, Lynn Will, that's what people are saying. Thanks, bye. Did you guys feel like that was a filler scene? Do you feel like we could get more when it comes to Tisha and Kimmy. Let me know. Teresa Wright, shout back. Okay. No, ma'am. South, north, east, or west. I don't care where they from. That controlling should be done. I'm not even gonna say my parents because my mama didn't, but our ancestors maybe had to go through some things when it comes to allowing a man to control situations and silencing their own voice and all of that. But no, not today. Not today. Um, Period. Yes, trending. It was a filler scene, but their whole Love and Maritime'sville career feels like a filler scene. Facts. Facts. It's they getting paid. They getting paid. Thank you, Mildred. All right. Hey, Pamela. So a lot of people do feel like I see you guys really want to talk about the Martell and Chris, so we will. Little buddy needs to go sit down in his chair. That man crazy. I love to be able to put my opinions because I have to keep myself going after. All right, Regina. Well, put them on in the comments or click the link when I drop it. TK, if I was sipping something, I probably would have spit it out. TK said Kimmy's but JJ is a cast member at this point. Can you say that again? I'm so tired of hearing about Kimmy's but JJ. Chow. I really am. Yeah, I'm just over it. I'm sorry. I'm just over it. And then even with the clip of next week with her and Maurice, uh made up again for me. Um yeah, I'm gonna need Chris Fletcher to boss up now. I'm telling y'all that Kimmy, no words in tissue, who touching her for her to think she's preggo. Yeah, that was made up. That was made up. Tissue didn't bite more than she was expecting a baby than a man from the moon. Child. Period. Okay. I see the majority felt like I felt, so that's why I wanted to read some comments. Oh, yeah. I went out and got more cough medicine and all that mess yesterday. Or Friday, one of them. Allegedly, Chris put hands on hotel in Houston and he popo. That's why they want to talk about the Houston trip. What? I don't know. I don't know. Um, about that. Hold on, guys. All right. Sorry about that. Um, yeah, I guess time will tell. I guess time will tell, Terry Gang. That is alleged. That is alleged. I don't know nothing about it, child. How did they keep having scenes and fake scenarios? This is why I flipped the channel. A lot of people do. Yes, we did notice the purse, and then they noticed that the purse was gone. Somebody was saying that it was the possibly production. Let's see. All right, couple more comments, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get to my next scene, which I love, by the way. Kimmy have talked more about her actual life the whole season than she has, Teresa. And I don't know what's up with that. I get it. I think that they want to be on a reality show and don't talk about reality, but that's not how it works. And they don't give us much at all. Regina B, after losing my husband, glad to hear you all. Happy belated Thanksgiving to you all. So sorry, Regina. So sorry. I'm not sure if it was recent, but prayers and condolences go out to you and your family. All right, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and get on to this next scene. I absolutely loved it. So let me go ahead and share this picture. I loved it. And I'm Definitely want to hear you all's opinion on it. Oh, it's Anthony in the chat. Hey, Anthony. I'm glancing at my phone, but not looking. But I see who was that just said, "Hey, Anthony." Girlfriend's Chronicles. Hey, Anthony. What up, though, bro? All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into this next scene. I teared up. I don't know about you guys. I teared up at this scene here. Chris Fletcher and little Chris's sit down. Um, Look, Chris has been dodging his family. He says that it's too much, that everybody is criticizing him, even his own mama. He feels like everybody is down his throat. And he wants his damn dog back. Now, with me being a fur baby lover, I get that Nell and Chris bailed their son out of jail and had to do all that good stuff, pay bond money, pay for the vet bill, and all of that. But I'm sure that is hard. That would be hard for me to go to my parents' house and I see my dogs. No, y'all put me on a payment plan or something, but give me my doggone dogs. That's just me. But what a touching scene. First, I want to say shout out to Chris Fletcher for listening to his son and recognizing that it could be depression. I saw Chris and little Chris being vulnerable as well as being strong men. I loved it. This is Love and Marriage Huntsville. Love and Marriage Huntsville is supposed to cover, in my opinion, all aspects of the family unit. And I just love this. I think that we need to see more of this when it comes to the black man, the black father being there for their son in this way. You know, there's a lot of damaged men out here that refuse to get the help that they need. And for Chris Jr., he's the one that said it, that he feels like he needs counseling. That was very admirable. He said that he leave the house at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, basically with nowhere to go. He can't sleep and all of that. And Chris let him know in that moment that he feels like it is depression. There was no sugarcoating it. There was no, well, something could be going on. Is it relationship issues? Is it this? Is it that? No. He pointed out that it could be depression and that it seems like it's a big issue. He hit it right on the head when he told his son that it's unhealthy. I am going to say, when Chris cried or when he teared up, I teared up. There's just something about a man that, especially in this way, sitting down talking to his son, that's a message that you're giving your son that number one, it's okay for you to become emotional and you're a man and you're a strong man. Everything about this scene I loved. We need to see black men like this. And we need to see black men talking about things like this and offering support to each other. Loved, love, love. Again, for me, this is reality TV. And this is what we need. Women need, men need, teenagers need, whoever that watches this show, this is what we need to see. So I am excited about the Fletchers. If Love and Marriage Huntsville comes back, I'm definitely hoping that the Fletchers will have a full time role. Loved every bit of it. So I am going to read some comments and then we will get to the last and final scene of this episode. Again, this was Love and Marriage Huntsville, season 6, episode 26. Whitlows stay or Whitlows go. Pamela, you said holding that pregnancy test, piece of paper. Chow, go ahead on up out of here with that. That's what I said when I first saw it. Mel told them last reunion to hold their own and stop using her as a storyline, and they are failing. They are failing. And please believe, I do believe that each and every one of them have a true story. But I don't think that they want to share the real. Now I'm going to jump real quick and say this. That Columbia trip, no ma'am. And for Tisha, what is Tisha doing? That she don't know what's going on in life. We'll have to talk about that later as well. But for Stormy to let her know, that's like brothel city. And it is. And Tisha was shocked. Like, really? Now this man that went to Africa as well as Colombia without his damn wife. Mm-mm-mm. It is what it is. I'm pretty sure that you're talking about going back to staying at home. Well, how long do you need to stay involved with your business since getting government money? I just really don't think she was involved that much at all. I don't know. My perception of Marceau is he's too controlling. And it is his way or no way. And I just feel like Tisha ain't running nothing, you know, unless he tell her to. That's just me. The only thing she spoke truth about was issues in her relationship. Yeah, well, at least she said that part. But even with that, she skimmed right on over that. Nothing, in that. What's going on? What's going on with you and Marceau? Not for people to pick it apart. It is what it is, and it's normal. That's the thing that Tisha needs to realize. People go through shit in relationships, so don't just say Marceau wants us to go to counseling. Why? You know. And like Nell Fletcher said, I do believe that there is a lot more, and I agree with Nell that Tisha was asking questions for advice. Just my opinion. But let's see. If Tisha would have been herself in the beginning instead of cutting and pasting other people's lives, she would be okay. Did I miss Regina's response? Regina, again, my condolences go out to you. Um, I asked if it was something recent, but it doesn't matter if it was recent or not. Praying for you. I know that that is extremely hard. Judy, you said Tisha just worry about the lawsuit. They got a storyline. They just don't want to tell it. That's how I feel. They don't want to tell it. Beautifully aged. Love the name. Tisha is jealous of Mel. She has younger kids than Tisha, and she's a boss. Tisha is too weak to be both a mom and a boss. Oh, wow. All right. Tisha's so jealous of Mel, and Tisha's having problems in her marriage. In my opinion, I believe Kimmy. Linda, a lot of people have been saying that. I've been trying to just stick to my guns and say, I hope that she wouldn't say that. I hope that she wouldn't lie about that. But a whole lot of people feel that way, unfortunately. Seems like the Scots are throwing stuff out there to see what sticks. Uh-huh. Yeah, it's not given authentic at all. At all. I really could do without Kimmy and Tisha. They have nothing of substance to offer. Thank you, sis. That's exactly what I mean. Nothing at all. The JJ and, insecurity. That's what I see when I see Tisha. I just see, and I think that's because of Marceau. I think that is because that Tisha refuses to, in my opinion only, I don't know, live in her truth and talk about it. Yeah, I had to cuss that Negro out. He said this and he did that. I think she holds so much in that, yeah, she's feeling stressed about it. All right, Tisha wants to ask everybody else about their marriage. She's looking for sympathy. All right, Anthony. Everyone is saying something about a counselor because they all will have a scene in Houston with everyone talking to a counselor. Okay. All right. Well, that Houston trip is coming up next. It's definitely been a hot topic. That's for sure. So yeah, I can't wait to see it. I think though, what is this coming Saturday? Yeah, I don't think Love and Marriage Huntsville is coming back on until the following Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. At least that's what my guide said. My guide said December 9th. But yeah, we shall see. Thanks, Anthony. All right, guys. Let me go ahead and find some comments about Chris and Lil Chris. How did you guys feel about that? How did you guys feel? Were you as touched as me? A few fake counseling scenes for the show means nothing if they are not taking it seriously. That's true. I can agree with that. We saw Lord have mercy. I was about to call him by the name that he go by on YouTube. Chow, what is the doctor, the counselor's name? He's on YouTube as what? Dr. Kit? What was he on the show? And you guys know I got his face in my head, his wife. What that was just uneventful. Nobody got anything out of it, and I think that he had a wealth of knowledge. Hey, Cheryl Howard, Dr. Francis, thank you, and Dr. Kid on YouTube. Yes, that's why I couldn't think about it. But okay, let me see. Yes, it is. Red Ann, I don't know if you meant very real about depression, but if so, I totally agree. Yep. All right. Let's see. That was a coleslaw fake purse. She was in the house. Well, she mighty quiet, isn't she? What happened to her channel and all of that, I wonder. Chris and his son brought it home regarding depression. Absolutely. Trending, you said you was in your feelings for both of them for many reasons. Yes. I am blessed, Pecan Pam. Very deep scene. It really was. Dawn, you said Chris doesn't want his son to struggle as he did when he was young. The love is real between those two. It was beautiful and real. It was beautiful. And like I said, I think that we can go on and on and on about all these men that's being sued. Um, you know, I think that, and there's no excuse for any of that, so don't take me wrong, but I think that a lot of men didn't have the opportunity to show a soft side to their dads, or a lot of them, unfortunately, may not have had their dads in their lives. And what we saw in this scene, we need. We really do. Yes, Vi, you can tell. I'm so glad that he and Neil Fletcher worked it out because I really do like them as a couple. I do. And their family. The daughter was talking on Facebook, child. We have to talk about that at another time too. Lexi. Thank you, Trending. This was the quality we expect to see. Real and raw. Absolutely. Teresa, you feel the same. It was reality, and stupid Martell could be there for his children like that, but he'd rather be devious. Well, Martell hasn't seen it yet. The day will come. And, I don't know if it's possible for him to do an about face and completely change. But if he don't, he will see. He got a whole lot that he gonna have to deal with once them kids get of age. He really do. Um, Thank you. Trending, absolutely. And we said the same thing about the dinner scene. The dinner scene, we got more than what we've gotten from the Scott since season one, episode one. And this scene with Chris and little Chris. Loved it. Loved it. Neil has probably become attached to those dogs as well. I doubt that Chris Jr. will ever get the dogs back. It don't seem like it, but if you a fur baby lover, a pet lover, That goes both ways. And I hate to say this, if he were to take his mama them to court, they would give him his dog back. They would tell them to do exactly what I feel like they should, and that's put him on a payment plan to pay back the money that you owe us, or just tell because she still want her money. So either you want the dogs or the money. So if you're gonna keep my dog, then I don't owe you anything. But if you want the money, give me my dog back and I'll pay you off. That's how I feel. But all right, let's see. The scene with Chris and Chris Jr. was touching. It's hard seeing your child, even as a young adult, struggle to find their way in life. Yes. So I'm glad that you guys got what I got out of that scene. Mama V, you said the same thing. It was very touching. Strong and truthful. Yes, Yolanda. And that's why I made sure to put strong in my comments because they showed that. They showed strength, but they also showed vulnerability as well. And, that's needed. That is needed. I think that there would be a lot less broken homes and broken relationships and broken families and all of that, as long as men are able to communicate in this way, to be heard, to be listened to, and to be understood. I got all of that from that. Hey, who said that? Every single day is a chance to become someone new, someone better, someone you are proud of being. Love y'all. Thank you for that. Yes, it is. All right. So you teared up too, Teresa. Jertina, I agree. He definitely looks like his mom. He really does. Okay, so hopefully Carlos will be listening. Everybody loved that scene. Yes, Lois, that was the best part of that episode for me. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and get into this next scene. How long I've been talking, child? 46 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and get into this next scene, and I know that some of y'all may not feel like I feel. Tiffany and Big Lou. Tiffany and Big Lou. I see why they go to Chris because he's a great listener and gives good advice and moral support. Yep, I agree. And being heard is so important. So that is one of Chris Jr.'s complaint when it comes to his mom. Seem like everybody feel that way about Nell. She gonna pop off. And sometimes you do have to listen. And I said that myself, I'm a pop offer. I am. And I think that, it's something that I can stand to work on as well. So, yeah, beautiful thing. I'm not with gender roles. I said that in my video when it comes to Martell and how he feel like women need to stay in a women's place. But when it comes to men being protectors and providers, that's a role that I'm totally down for because I feel like as long as you have that at the forefront and as the foundation, then everybody under that umbrella of that man will flourish, will prosper, will do what needs to be done. The wife, the kids, and everything else. So, anyway, I can go on and on. I know you guys will have something to say about that scene once I drop the link. Requirement is that she has to be, though, more trouble for them. Okay, maybe you talk. I don't know what you're talking about, Red Ant, right there. You can tell the Scots have family meetings. Yep. Thank you, Gloria, for saying that. It definitely seems that way because even Kimmy and her reaction to the fake pregnancy test seemed fake to me. That wasn't real shock. That was, girl, we talked about this, so I'm gonna pull this test out when we go to the JJ place. You know, it's just not authentic. And if that's what they gonna give, I think it's time for Carlos to get us somebody else. Get us somebody else. But let me bring up my last picture. And as I mentioned, I don't know if you guys are gonna feel how I feel. Tiffany and Big Lou. If you look at Tiffany and Big Lou in their eyes, you can tell that it's deep, okay? They both said that life has been lifing and that their world has been turned upside down. Now, I'm not in this scene going to be too hard on Tiffany because I definitely think, and she touched on it and they touched on it, that it is postpartum. But I'm also going to say now, I think there's a little more that meets the eye when it comes to what's going on with Tiffany and Big Lou. But they spoke on Tiffany and Kiki talking, and she went over all the details with Lewis about that. Um, Lou said that Tiffany has been going through a lot. And she agreed and said that, it hasn't been fun. Now, not only postpartum depression, but regular depression. A lot of shit just don't even be fun anymore. But Lou basically let her know, I told you so. I told you that this was going to happen when you said that you wanted a baby. He did say, and I know that they do, that they love their baby, but he said it has been a journey. Tiffany also mentioned the pressure from working and filming. And I didn't know that Tiffany had gone back to work, but she has. And she said that she got to get up and do makeup and all of that and go to work. And then sometimes they don't show up to film a scene until late at night. And she got to bring the baby with her. She still got the other teenage boys. So it just seems like a lot. But yes, sis, I agree. Come here, Teddy. Come here. Come here. Leave them people alone. I agree. Even them sitting so far apart, I get that's the type of sectional or whatever. But I think he could have been a little closer. But since you said Lou looked like he was a visitor instead of being in his home, I do agree with that. What Tiffany said next, though, guys, made me think: was this fan related or was this production related? Now, she did mention, and thank you, Veronica Monroe, for the Cash App. I appreciate you. Thank you. Um, she said that people want drama. And she did mention those that watch the show, but I'm sorry. I also believe that production may want some type of drama as well because this is reality TV. But I must admit, if you followed the show like I have, Tiffany and Big Lou has been getting a lot of backlash since they hit the scene on Love and Marriage Huntsville. People, a lot of people, just have not been fans of Tiffany, especially. And I'm sure that, that's a little rough. I think that with her going through postpartum, I don't think that is worth it. As far as the stress that she's going through. I don't think that it's worth it for her to stay on the show. Now, I've said this. I like messy Tiffany. I do. I like messy Tiffany as long as Tiffany stands in her mess. But if you try to play the Karen role and put it out there and then cry, no, that wasn't me, or I didn't mean it that way. No, stand in it. If you meant it in a messy way, be messy. Look at Dr. Heavenly, for example. Dr. Heavenly is messy as hell. Do you hear me? And people love to hate Dr. Heavenly because she understands the assignment and she can also care less what folks say about her. But obviously, Tiffany can't handle it. And this is where I think I'm going to differ when it comes to some of you, when it comes to their mental health, I'm just gonna try to take it a little easy on her in this moment. I do think though, even though their dynamics seemed a little off, I do think that Big Lou is a real man for recognizing that is too much and basically saying it's time to go ahead and pull the plug. Now, I'm not too sure on if it was Big Lou's idea or Tiffany, because in this scene, she sort of said that it was her idea. But Big Lou is right. His wife's mental is way more important than this show. So I'm just gonna say it, and we're gonna go ahead and get to the discussion. But I do hope that Tiffany gets through this. I hope that Tiffany finds Tiffany again because she kept saying she don't feel like herself. And postpartum is real. It really is. So this is where I know y'all gonna disagree with me. I'm gonna be a little sad to see them go because if I have to admit, dealing with postpartum and all of this is also what Love and Marriage Huntsville should be about. We know that they have their respective careers and businesses and all of that. But when it comes to going through the motions of your wife giving birth, it changed the whole dynamic in your relationship. And how do I assist her in postpartum? This is Love and Marriage Huntsville. Well, this is Love and Marriage. So I hate that the pressure um, has gotten to Tiffany to this extent, but I would have also loved to have seen this play out. Yes, Dawn, Penny, real life situations. No matter what we feel about these people or not, they are, human beings. And I'm never going to say that I can care less about any of their mental health, any of them. And, I got a little sad because I don't know. I just looked in Tiffany's eyes in this scene and she's really going through. So kudos to Tiffany and Lewis for prioritizing what's important. And what's important is them and their marriage and their lives and their mental health. So kudos to them. So that's my thing. Like I said, I know that you guys may feel a little different. I'm gonna read some comments. I'm also gonna drop the link. But next week, or maybe week after, we shall see. But they did show previews of another filler scene for me. Kimmy talking to Maurice as far as wanting a handyman. That's all y'all got to give us. Hey, Relly. Yes, very distant. Very distant. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And for me, when it comes to Tiffany, it seems like it may be a little more. Maybe it is the pressure of this show combined with postpartum. I don't know. But, it looked like she's really going through. That wasn't no act. That wasn't no fake storyline. That was real. So, and them being real, again, I hate that it got to this point where they have to leave. Because I would have liked to have seen how they were able to get through this, but I totally understand. But anyway, as I mentioned, Kimmy and Maurice will be coming up on a episode filler scene, handyman, and he's acting frustrated. Straight BS. Then that's when the bachelor trip was mentioned that Marcel took with the boys to Colombia. Soon as you get off the plane in Colombia, you can get it for $5. They everywhere. Tisha didn't know that. What else? Kimmy sitting down talking to Mel, wanting to know why they weren't invited to the name change ceremony. We will see that. And then they also showed Stormy, Courtney, Marceau, and Tisha. And God dog it, even Courtney didn't hold Marceau to the fire like I wanted him to. You know, If you was gonna act like that, Courtney, you could have took your arse to the barbecue. That's just how I feel. But I'm looking forward to seeing the episode. I'm gonna go ahead and read a few comments. But I do thank you guys so much for joining me. Currently, we have 415 people that are watching. Please make sure to hit the like button for me, guys. And if you're in the bushes, drop down. But bye, Whitlows. And I shouldn't have had that apostrophe S, child, but whatever. I'll redo the thumbnail later. Bye, Whitlows. Um, Although they touched on that little cheating thing real quick. And, a lot was taken out, I'm assuming, because let's not forget, Tisha is the one that made sure to mention that a couple times. And, this is where I think that, I don't know. I guess it is the relationship of Carlos with his cast where he removes a lot of stuff because we never really heard about that. And I think that the only reason why Tiffany touched on it as quickly as she did in this scene is because people were talking about it. So let's read some comments. I see y'all saying bye. Ooh, y'all a tough crowd, child. They say bye, Whitlows. Go ahead on now. But let me read some comments. What do you guys feel about Big Lou? Do you guys feel like he is a man's man? Is he a man? Because I think so. I said that before. Um, and I think that he did the right thing. Okay, D, you said you think it was touching, but you also feel like Chris Jr. is a spoiled brat that needs to take accountability, get counseling, and a life coach. Well, he did say himself he needs counseling or wants it. So that was very admirable to me. And I don't think he lives at home. No, he don't live at home because he said the last time that he talked to Nell was the holiday. You thoroughly enjoyed Chris talking to his son about real issues. Yes, ma'am. That's what I said. That's reality TV. I am impressed with the Fletchers, okay? Because they are definitely giving us real. Who wants to look at reality TV for faith? So, yeah, hold on, guys. Let me blow my nose. Okay. Sorry about that. But yeah, they giving real. They giving real. That furniture that Marty was moving was all from the marital home. That table and chairs was from season one. Yep. Yeah. I made sure to point that out, Red, and on that live that Coleslaw did. Um, you know, when she called herself bragging about the M&M kids. For me, you ain't putting me on nobody's furniture, okay? None. And I can guarantee you, if it's a split on my end, you ain't taking a piece of furniture. Period, point blank. But yeah, anyway, Jay, you say I love that part with Chris and his son. He let him know that he would get up and be there for him and with him. Yes, he did. I love that, because number one, no matter where you stay, it's dangerous to be out and about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning with nowhere to go. And I was glad that he told his dad that, but that's not good. And something else is going on. So I'm just glad that his dad recognized that. You know what I mean? Loved it. So I hope Carlos is really paying attention to the comments and the commentary because people across social media feel the same. For me, I'm over Martell and his victim role. I'm over it. I'm over Martell and this pick a side shit. We not kids. There's no reason to pick a side. If I care for you And if I care for Mel, I'm able to hang around you and I'm able to hang around Mel. He's just so immature to me and he irks me. He really does. And if that's all that Martell has to offer, he needs to go ahead and go too. He really does. How many seasons are we going to have to listen to that mess? She cheated too. Man, y'all divorced. Who gives a damn? It's not important. So yeah, let me not start my rant with him. Members only is coming. I think the dogs could be his emotional support. That's probably why he struggles sleeping. They're his companion. Great point, sis. Great point. Now that definitely could be the case. You know? Look, being pet owners, uh, it's a $1 billion industry. Billion, multi-billion. That's how much people love their pets. And that's an excellent point. Wow, I feel like sending that to him. Or Chris or Neil or somebody. Maybe that is, his emotional support. Great point. Black men in a loving family is very empowering. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Um, you cried. Yeah, it was touching. Hey, Bravo. It was touching and it was real and it's a message that needs to be shown. Take T.I. and his little badass son, for example. You know, and the difference. When I tell you this damn dog getting on my nerves. Hold on, guys. Let me put this on real quick. Now she at the back door and I'm gonna leave her. I gotta let her out because I don't want her to use the bathroom in the house. Give me 1 second. Sorry about this. I am sick of you. Okay. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Okay. Let me plug on my wreath. I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry about that. Speaking of pets, child, they will run you just like kids. Do you hear me? But yeah, great point to sis as far as the emotional support. And yes, Cheryl Howard, it was very, very touching. All right, let's read some comments when it comes to Tiffany and Big Lou. Then I'm gonna drop the link for about an hour or less, and we're gonna get up out of here. Big Lou is too good for Tiffany. She's been painting him as an absentee husband and father. Not cool at all. Wow, Red Ann. Wow, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on that. If that's the case, Martell needs to fall in line. Mel said he's a queen. Child, I am so over his overgrown childlike earth, for real. Big Lou sees how production isn't protecting marriages, just tearing them apart. Yes, it's Tay. Um, When it comes to love and marriage Huntsville, I'll say this. I don't see that on this show. Now, maybe other reality TV shows, but I do see them protecting marriages. And I don't see anything that they've done as far as production when it comes to Tiffany and Big Lou. We know they protected Marceau and Letitia like hell. Tiffany, not Tiffany. Kimmy and Maurice don't give us much, but so I don't know if I can say that. Yes, it's Tay. But let me know if you mean on this show. Let me know in the comments, or do you mean in general as far as reality TV? Um, because yeah, the Scots are protected. Martell messed up his own marriage, and I just don't see what production has done as far as Tiffany and Big Lou. I will say this: Tiffany's messiness, and again, her not just standing into that, like I mentioned, like Dr. Heavenly. I think that that's another reason why it's just gotten to be too much because people gonna call out what they see. My video earlier today was Tiffany standing yo ish, so maybe it's just too much. Thank you again, sis. All right, let's see. That scene was a big I told you so from Lou, not in a bad way, just facts. Yeah, it sort of was. And that played out on the show. That played out on the show. What is Eucora? Eucora? What is that girlfriend's chronicle? You said Tisha needs some Eucora. What's that? Well, I'll do it for you when I come up. Well, I'll do it for you when I come up. Okay. I don't know. I'm so lost. I don't know what you're gonna do, but I'm gonna drop that link so you can do it. Shall. Uh, the link is dropped. I'm gonna read some comments, and like I said, we got about 30, 40 or so hours to discuss. But thank you guys again for joining me. Please make sure that you have hit the like button. I'm gonna pin the link temporarily, and then I'm gonna remove it. Lou looked like he was a visitor. Okay, I got that. Tiffany wrote a check. Her earth can no longer cash. All right. Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah, it seems that way, doesn't it? Let's see. And I see you guys coming backstage. I'm coming. If Montel lives to get older, Montel, I can see him wanting to move in with one of the kids. Who is Montel? Martell? Okay, I don't know. I'm assuming. Okay. While Tiffany is my favorite, I do relate to her being overwhelmed with postpartum. Lou is very supportive, and she also mentioned production makes her say stuff she doesn't want to. Yeah, that's why, it seemed like to me that they tried to clean it up in that scene, but, we know that production does have them to say a few things. And I also think that it could be fan related as well. We must admit that Love and Marriage Huntsville got a crew fans and content creators and all that go hard, and everybody is just not made for it. So I get it. But let me welcome the panel. First, we have Girlfriend Chronicles. Hey, Girlfriend Chronicles.
Good evening, my dear.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm well. I'm just like you, back and forth with having whatever since my cruise. So I get you. I get you.
Girl, ooh, it's been a mess. You hear me? But I hope you're
Mhm.
feeling better. We gonna get through this. We
Yes, ma'am.
will.
We will. We will.
For sure. All right. Next up is trending. Hey, trending.
Hey, chit chat.
How
Hey,
you
my
Hey,
doing,
Girlfriend
little
sister.
sis?
Chronicles.
Look, trending. You didn't have my stomach in knots all
Look,
day
I'm
about
sorry.
baby.
That was the
Girl,
sports commentator, Shannon 41 Fit.
chitlin dressing, child. Chitlin dressing. Ooh, child.
I just threw up in my
Girl.
mouth. Oh, Lord.
Oh my God. Oh, just a thought. But thank you, Trendon, for joining me. Next up, we got Red Ann. What's going on, sis?
Nothing much. Nothing much.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us.
Hello,
And
ladies.
then
Hello,
we
ladies.
Hey.
hey. All right. Next up is Gail Harris. Hey, Gail.
Hey, chit chat.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. Y'all doing all right?
Doing okay, doing
I hope
okay.
you
Yes.
feel better, friend. I'm Chit Chat. I'm gonna send you. I don't know if you have a juicer, but I'm gonna send you this recipe that I used from when I had COVID and I couldn't get over it. So, but I can't
Uh-huh.
remember it, so I gotta go find it. So tomorrow I'm gonna
Oh,
send you a DM of what the recipe is, but it worked. I couldn't get the
please
congestion
do.
out of my chest, but I was trying to look for it earlier while you were talking. I
Hmm.
can't find it, but I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna let you know.
Please do and send it to me. I do have a juicer, so I'll
Okay,
definitely
yeah,
pull
I'm
it
gonna
out
find
the
it.
pantry.
Look, I know it's
Okay.
Gala apples and something else, but I'll let you know.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thank you. And then last but not least is Cheryl Howard. Hey, Cheryl.
Hey, beautiful lady. Hey,
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 how
Shannon.
you
Hi,
doing?
Shannon. Hi, my
Hey,
boo.
boo.
Hey,
we
baby.
about to tag team, I'm sure. We about to get 'em.
Baby, y'all be
Yeah.
easy. Y'all be easy. Be easy.
Chit
Okay.
chat. They got timeout seats. You better watch out for them. They be
Wow.
fine.
Okay.
I
For
like my
real.
cozy section, whatever.
Me too.
It is all good. Well, girlfriend, we're gonna go ahead and start with you. And
Oh,
feel free to discuss whatever when it comes to the scenes in the episode. Tiffany and Kiki, Martell and Chris, Kimmy and Tisha, Chris and Lil Chris, and Tiffany and Big Lou.
okay. So I'm gonna start from the beginning. Boring. Because my thing is have that same energy you have in your confessionals. Don't come dummying down your scenes on TV. But I think the confessionals may be taped afterwards, so I'm gonna give him a little pass. But
Mm-hmm.
even still, Kiki talked about she was going to the barbecue wanting Tiffany. She saw Tiffany with the baby, but like she said, as soon as Tiffany walked in, oh, the baby. So she couldn't get her like she really wanted to, but she should have had Stormy hold the baby. But my thing
Uh-uh.
is, I still would have read Tiffany down
Oops.
because Tiffany has been picking on Kiki, and I think she saw Kiki as a nobody's really caping for her. So I'm a cape at, I'm gonna go at her, and nobody's gonna have her back. So I think that's why. But I still would have gave Tiffany the business. My thing
Mm-hmm.
is Tiffany is carrying, and um, like she has since day one. She throws rocks and then runs. She don't even
Mm-hmm.
hide her hands. She just runs. She just go in hiding. She's MIA after she do her little dirt. So I think that's the problem with Tiffany. Um, I didn't like that she just always makes excuses. Like, you came with it, then like you said, stand in your ish, Tiffany. And I think that's what the
Mm-hmm.
problem has been. I'm gonna combine the first and last scenes because I see Lou told her this is what's gonna happen. This is what it's gonna be. And I don't like that Tiffany was kind of blaming the baby. I'm tired. I'm having to have the baby. I'm having to get my makeup done. I'm having to do this. I'm having to do that.
Mm-hmm.
The baby part of your family. The baby is part of your storyline. So, girl, what you was thinking? I mean, you knew you was getting up, getting your makeup done, still looking dry and dusty even after your makeup scene. So I don't know why she was going to makeup at 3 in the morning. Anyway, it didn't look no different at 5 in the evening. But I digress. But I won't miss Tiffany. I do understand postpartum depression, if that's what she's saying she has. But I also understand you came on a show for fame, but you don't want to catch no flames. Your mouth is dangerous. Her mouth is like who is that on TV? Um like Candace. You got all well no, she ain't as slick as Candace. Never mind, she ain't got it like that. Um she's a Ashley to me. So
Mm-mm. Not a Ashley.
Choocha.
You say a Ashley girlfriend?
Ashley.
Ashley, from the
Okay.
Potomac Housewives of Potomac. Yeah, Housewives of Potomac.
Uh-huh.
She reminds me of Ashley. Always lying, and then remember Ashley stayed pregnant so she wouldn't have to catch that wind. So, um, I just don't like Tiffany. So I won't miss her. Um, what's the next scene? What's the
The
next scene?
next thing was Martell and Chris Fletcher.
Martell, moving Marty. I do not like the situation where I think, to me, in my opinion, he has some dirt on all of them. I know he's
Mm.
on ready, set, go in his mind, no matter what somebody says, because he just seemed like he'll snap at any minute. But I think he still has things on. I don't know what if Chris was doing dirt with them, because he did say when you hang with certain people, you kind of fall in line with them, and that's what it seems like their little buddy system is. But
Mm.
I hope that's not the case. But it just seems like, to me, I would not allow my husband to just not have said something. Oh, that was a sisterly and brotherly conversation. No, if Nell came to you and said she felt a certain kind of way, it
Yeah,
was more than the brother and sister conversation. Like, I get
I
into it with my
agree.
sisters, but I know when I pop off and we about to get about it, my
Mm-hmm.
my significant is like, let's go, let's back off, because that it's not sisterly no more. It's about to be street sisters, and that's the case. But no, and Martell crazy anyway when he, picking sides. No, nobody's picking sides. You just want everybody just be constantly on your side, and your side is always wrong. So, dude, let it go. I don't like him.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Kimmy and Tisha, Kimmy,
Ugh.
Credit Karma, Keisha, Credit Karma, Kimmy, and Tisha,
Not Credit Karma, child.
Credit Karma. Always trying to fix Maurice's credit and still ain't
Lord
got
have
nothing
mercy.
together.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Ah,
I got to hold of that.
I think I heard that they had to file a insurance claim on that building that they Yanni steam in, because it was, no longer able to have anybody else in it. I'm just playing, y'all. Having Tisha in there getting her her little snatch check. I don't even think they was getting nothing done. I saw no steam. I saw no nothing from the scene.
Mm-mm.
It was just a boring scene to me. It was unnecessary, like you said, a scene filler. Um, Tisha, you are a crybaby, always whining about something. Just that fake pregnancy. I mean, and it can happen. Vasectomies can sometimes not work. I had a girlfriend that had got pregnant off of that, but you hiding it, acting like it was like something. Girl, bye. I just, I can't stand Tisha or Kimmy. It was just an unnecessary scene. Um,
Yep, filler scene
and
for sure.
yeah, and Tisha, to me, you've always been a housewife. You should have stayed in the house. You try to come out and run with the big dogs, and you got ran over. So just going back in the house, hide all of that stuff that's going on in your life right now is because of y'all. Y'all created these monsters and these lawsuits and stuff like that. Going back in the house and hide. Yeah, I don't know what y'all ain't building nothing. Talking about y'all still you building something. And that's why you so stressed, girl. Bye. And your kids is grown. Why do you need to be a housewife? Your kids is grown. Like, come on. What do your kids at school? Like, I don't be understanding when you talking about you need to go back in the house or whatever. Not and your kids is grown, not grown, but old enough. They ain't babies no more. And plus, I don't think her
Mm-hmm.
kids like her anyway. It don't even seem like their kids like them. Um,
Mm-mm.
it don't. It seems the boy always looking like, do I gotta be with y'all? um, Next scene is who Chris and his son. Um, oh, that teared me up because I'm a fur baby mom. Well, my baby passed July 31st, so I
Oh, so
completely
sorry.
understand. Thank you. 14 years. That
Yeah.
he was my world, my life, my
Mm-hmm.
existence. So I understand that coping mechanism of needing your child, needing your fur baby. So I do think that's what's going on with Chris Jr.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that scene because Martell could take a lot from it. Instead of not wanting your children on TV, you should want to have them on so that you can have that bond. Try to help them go through what what y'all got them going through in life right now. Instead, we're seeing everybody else deal with their kids and what's going on in life. This is a
Yep.
missed opportunity for Martell to have his kids try to understand what divorce is, what having a
Mm-hmm.
separate home is. Um,
I agree.
Hmm. Yeah.
because your kids are going to end up like Lexi, you know, the baby boy is gonna, why my siblings is living La Vida Loca and I'm over here living off of Lo Mein, you know.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But yeah, that's my opinion. So I really love that scene. I love black men loving their black boys. We need
Yes.
that. And Love and Marriage Huntsville is about love and marriage, not just a marriage. It's about, like you
Right.
said, the entire family and friendships. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm loving the Fletchers. This is what was needed. They can go with the Scots. The Scots bring absolutely nothing. Both sets, and I don't want to see them on the next episode. But I know we got to grin and bear it with them. But
Child.
I digress. That's
Yes,
it.
we. Well, look,
I'll go to my
excellent.
chair in the corner. Trending. I'm going to my chair.
It's warmed up.
No, you made some excellent. I know Trending got them white chairs over there for y'all, child.
I
Everybody
done,
can come over there with Trending. Child.
I done brought a
Everything.
juicer and a Keurig to go to the corner with us, so we good over here, y'all.
41 fit does
Nice
fish
and
plates too
comfy.
back there.
Nice and comfy over there. But look, girlfriend, you made some excellent points. The one that you made when it comes to Martell and the missed opportunity of children dealing with divorce, spot on. And we know that Mel tried. She did try.
Mhm.
That Destin trip was her extending an olive
Mhm.
branch to Martell. Look, we're divorced, but we got these kids. Let's try to give them some normalcy and do these vacations like we do. And I've said this 1,000 times. If he would have stayed on that path, we would see exactly what you're saying right here on this show. How the
Mhm.
divorce has affected the children, how they're able to have the children in counseling and showing the dynamic of both parents with the kids. But the selfishness of Martell and wanting to stop everybody's bag because he ain't got one, we won't get a chance to see it. So excellent point. I totally agree with that. And I hate that, he is his worst own enemy. And
Mhm.
he got in the middle of that. So I know that the reality TV cameras won't be around when it comes to his kids getting old enough, but that's gonna be a show. That's gonna be a
Mhm.
show when he has to deal with the consequences of his actions. So thank you for that, Girlfriend Chronicles. I appreciate it. Girlfriend Chronicles, you have your own channel, right?
I do. I'm on hiatus because I'm off. I'm back and forth with this whatever I got going on since my cruise. So I just took a break. I don't want to be coughing, sneezing, and whatever. So I'll be back
Understood.
December 1st. In question,
Okay.
do have you thought about getting a doggy door, or are you in an area where you don't want like a doggy door?
Oh no, I'm in an excellent area, but I have an extended patio. Normally I've always had doggy doors, but with this one, I just don't. The way my
Okay.
patio is set up, I just prefer not to have it. So yeah, I let them in and out. So she
Oh no, I was
back
just
in.
asking. Yeah, I was just
Mm-hmm.
asking because I know, like I have a fenced in yard, but my when I had my doggy door, I was getting like still little vermins was out there, like it was a little fox outside one time that got in my yard
Oh,
jumping. Look, so I
yeah.
I no longer just let him. I used to let him out, so that's why I was
Mm-hmm.
asking out. I'm not sure if you're in a state
Yeah.
where y'all could be having crazy little animals running around.
Well, we
Okay.
we do. We actually have coyotes that be
Oh my.
in the vicinity sometimes.
Hmm.
But yeah. And my yard
Okay.
is too big, so I just prefer to let them in, let
Hmm.
them out, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But
Okay.
thank you
Yeah.
for that. Thank
You're welcome.
you.
Thank you for
And
having
so
me.
sorry,
I'll drop that. I'm
you're
sorry.
welcome. And so sorry about your dog as well.
Thank you.
Um,
Thank you.
yeah,
Oh,
so sorry.
sorry.
I understand, believe me. All
Yes, ma'am.
right. Okay, trending. You are next. And
Hey.
after trending, I'm gonna read a couple comments and then we're gonna go to Red and trending. What was your thoughts on the episode?
Okay, so I'm really pretty focused on one person mostly on this one.
Okay.
But I feel like even on her way out, Tiffany still didn't take accountability for how she targeted Kiki.
Ooh,
I
child.
didn't realize that she was shopping around the whole Crime Stoppers thing to
Uh-huh.
content creators. Didn't realize
Yep.
that.
Hmm.
Mm,
Also, we were watching clips of where Tiffany came for Kiki unprovoked.
mm,
And then she sits in that confessional and says something like, "We both were either wrong or accepted accountability or something. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
no, you
She
came
did.
for Kiki. You thought you had low hanging fruit. You thought, oh, because they're mad that
Mhm.
Kiki was supposedly coming at her cousin. Well, this is one I can have conflict with, keep my drama up. And that's on
Yeah.
you. That's on you. Also,
Mhm.
at that end scene with Lou and Tiffany, the confessional, ooh, Lord, they was outside of this show, they going through it. They are going through it.
Yeah. It seems like it.
Yes, and this is where I'm like, I don't know if they're gonna make it even without being on the show. And this is why when Lou walked in to that living room, and like y'all say, he looked like a visitor, but
Mhm.
before he sat down, Tiffany was like, "Oh, my, I'm glad you're here because my little helper's not helping me fold the clothes." And now, come on, now
Mhm.
we know Tiffany's smart enough to know the baby can't fold the clothes, but the
Exactly.
fact
That
that
sounds like she's talking about the baby or the damn dog. Which
right,
one?
and Big Lou made it a point to point out, as if she didn't know that, he was like, "Well, that he's not gonna be much help. He can't fold clothes." She knows that. That means y'all are arguing about some big stuff behind the scenes because you're
Mhm.
nitpicking on
Mhm.
something that she know this baby can't fold the clothes. So I feel like it's some things
Mhm.
brewing in that relationship.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Tiffany Mina Lozada can go. I'm sorry. I pray for her mental health. I hope she gets the care she needs. But Tiffany Lozada can go.
Tiffany
Tiffany,
Lozada
Tiffany
can
Mina
go.
Lozada.
And trending, I
Mhm.
swear I saw your thumbnail and cracked up. Haven't had a chance to watch your video yet. So I saw where you put Tiffany Lozada. Let's
Yes.
just be real. Now I did make a scene video about this, and I said basically the same thing. She definitely didn't hold herself accountable. And she
Mm-mm.
did try to act like it was an even playing field when she was in her confessional and even talking about her and Kiki. No, we talking about
Mhm.
you.
You.
Kiki didn't do anything unprovoked or say anything unprovoked
Yes.
to Tiffany.
Yep.
And like
But
I said in the title of my video, stand in your ish. And
yep.
if we also are just being real, um, she thought that nobody cared about Kiki because Kiki was
Exactly.
a drug addict. And the way
Exactly.
she was talking about her on that interview with Carlos King, it reflected that. And that's
Mhm.
Karenish. That's,
Mhm.
like Tiffany, I'm sorry, like Kiki told her. It's like you think you're above me. And that's the truth.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
she didn't stand in her shit on that because I would have said if that was the case, you look, I'm just gonna be honest, you're right. I shouldn't have judged you like that, but I did. I heard you had all
Mhm.
these problems. They say you were stealing, they said this or that. So yeah, she didn't hold herself accountable. I also agree. And then we're gonna get to a couple comments and then we're gonna get to Red Ann. I also agree that it seems to be more. We didn't see much of Big Lou this season, period.
Mhm.
Couple things. And it definitely seems like something else is going on. They didn't touch on those rumors that was put out there for a reason, as far as somebody was cheating allegedly. And I just hope that he didn't take the lead of saying they should get off this show under the guise that it's her postpartum in
Mhm.
order for them to possibly separate or divorce.
It,
Do it off TV instead of
right.
on. Something
Chit
seems
Chat,
like
I
it's
have
up.
a question. I have a question for you.
Mhm,
Now, do you think, because
mhm.
I saw on Twitter someone said, "Oh, Carlos King is nice to let them pretend that they chose to leave the show." Do you think that it was all them?
Oh, you know what? But that's a good point. But I
Yeah.
really
Do all
do
that.
think that they left. I do,
Okay.
especially mid-season. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think that Carlos would have allowed them to go ahead and finish the scene out of the season out, film the reunion, and gone on about their business then, because they had a contract for the
they
full
did.
season.
That's true. That's
You
true.
know,
I'll take that. That's
but
why I was like, let me ask.
yeah, that's a good point though. They don't give much. I must say that. But I did like Messy Tiffany. I know a lot of people in the comments said they don't like Dr. Heavenly. I don't care for Dr. Heavenly too much. But what I do care for is she gonna stand in her mess. She gonna stand in it. And it is what it
Yeah,
is.
you
So
got to stand in it.
some people
Can I
can't.
ask a question off of what Trendon just said?
Sure, go ahead.
Excuse me. Um,
Take your
do you think maybe Tiffany, because of what she does, that she in her postpartum that she was going to say, like if y'all don't let us off our contract early, it's like my mental and how that can affect me or my job and how y'all can be liable for it. So, no,
Hmm.
we're not gonna continue the season. Let's let us roll now instead of, finishing out. Cause like you said, how Carlos is, he wants you to finish out no matter if you got a storyline or not, as we see the Scots, you know,
Hmm.
don't.
That's a good question. And what I meant by saying that about Carlos is I think that he would have allowed them to finish the season. So I don't think that he, put an ultimatum out there or anything like that. But that's a good point. That if it's your mental, and it's obvious to me, like I said, if you look in Tiffany's eyes in that scene with Big Lou, it's obvious that something is going on, and if the producers or anybody else got a heart, then they would let the girl just go ahead and leave. She wasn't
Mm.
given that much, if we're gonna be honest, anyway. So I don't see like it's a big deal. But yeah, I hope that answers your question, girlfriend chronicles. I can see that happening though,
Yes.
because they could end up being liable if they forced her to stay, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So if she put that out there, then that's Karenish. That's a little Karenish. I need y'all to let me go, or if not, I may sue or I may do this. That'll be a little Karenish, which they say Tiffany is. So great question though. Thank you for that. And thank you, Trending.
Thank you. I'm gonna
Trending
drop
ain't having it.
down.
Okay, Trending not having that all. She said, go ahead and take your ass somewhere, Tiffany. Bye. That's what Trending say, child.
I'm with
uh,
trending. I am
Trending say,
absolutely with
go.
trending. Bye.
You are red, and yeah, I
Yep.
saw a
Keep
Yes,
couple of
fishing.
your comments.
yes, she
Um,
needs to go.
Yep.
all right. Well, you up next, Red,
Yeah.
and after you, I'm gonna read a couple comments. Your thoughts on the episode.
First, yes, Tiffany needs to go. Tiffany came on the show with other people's kids' names in her mouth, and she still
Mm,
continued until the last episode. So yeah,
mm,
she needs to go, because how would she like it if someone put her son's name in their mouth and talked about what he's doing or not doing in school?
mm,
So, I mean, you got to be careful when it comes to, I mean, an adult is something else, but, no, children should be off limits. And she hasn't done that, period. So, yeah, let karma spin the block on her and let it reside. Where the money reside, where the money
woo,
reside. Let
child.
karma reside right there in the house. Ain't that right,
Woo,
Trendy?
woo,
Let it
child. Not where
reside
the
right
money
there.
reside.
Let it reside right there. Right there. Yeah. That's my take on Tiffany. Um the scene with Chris and Martell. Yeah, I was very disappointed in Chris because, well, first of all, I knew Chris wasn't going to do anything, because when you had a conversation with your wife after she informed you of how Martell came at her, why in the heck would you ask your wife, "Do I need to talk to him?" Heck yeah, you need to. What you need to do more than talk to him. What
Yeah.
do you mean? Do you need to talk to him? I knew then Chris wasn't going to defend his wife, and he wasn't going to put Martell in his place. Period.
Mhm.
And at the end of it, if you are the man of the family, you're supposed to protect and defend your family
Yeah.
against any and everybody, and you didn't. You dropped the ball when it came to Martell. You didn't, and I agree. He has something on him. He has something on them that they do not want to, um, hold him accountable or call him out on his BS.
Let me ask you this real quick, sis, and I hope I don't make you lose your train of thought. When it comes to Nail and Chris's infidelity, because a lot of people feel like that's when Chris was out there, possibly with Martell.
Mm.
But am I wrong for thinking that that was earlier on in their marriage? Like probably before they even knew who Mel and Martell was? Have you heard?
I,
Anybody heard?
I haven't.
Mm-mm.
I
No,
mean,
I haven't either.
they, yeah, they really. She didn't really
Give a
say
time
one way or
frame.
the other if it was recently. Yeah,
Yeah.
she really. I mean, you know, she still feels hurt. You can tell that it's still
Hmm.
a painful area for her. Um,
Yeah.
and anyone that, goes through something like that. But I was like, I remember when they did talk about how they met, he said he was in the military. So I'm not sure if he was stationed here,
He
and
was on
that's
leave.
where he was on leave.
Yeah,
So,
that's what he said.
huh. Well, I mean, she said they grew up around each other and didn't know it. They grew
Right.
up in projects right across the street from each other, but those
Hmm.
projects aren't across the street from each other. Let's go ahead and fix that. They're not right across the street from each other. But it does make you wonder exactly when did it happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know. I
Yeah, I
don't
would
know.
like, and I don't know what made me think of that just now, but I guess I would like to know because she did mention the kids and how he had to earn their trust back and all of that. I guess I'm just trying to see if it's possible that Martell and the crew was a part of the people when Chris mentioned peer pressure. You know, I don't know.
Right, right. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like those group of men have covered for each other at some point. And because
Hmm.
they have covered for each other at some point, um, they know the lies that they've told, they know, what they've done. So, yeah, it's they're going to take some of that stuff. I mean, Martell has already said he'll never tell. I mean, but I think he
Hmm.
kind of told Tisha. But yeah, they'll just never come out and really say what they know about the others, each other. But
Yeah.
honestly, I mean, if Chris wants to get in front of it, I mean, just go ahead and be honest. That would have been the time for him to completely put everything out on the table. Is when you were caught, just go ahead and put everything out there so nobody can hold anything over your head. You tell your story.
Yeah, that's
And it's the
why.
reason why Martell moving Marty don't move as fast as he need to when he be in Chris's places too, though.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
really
I
believe
think
that.
so. A part of me feel like Martell wasn't involved in that. I don't know why. I think that it may have been before, but I would love a timeline when it comes to whatever happened with that. They've been through that, they worked that out. So I don't think that they
Right.
need to relive that for the sake of this TV show. But sis, I agree with you. Pink Diva said that she just don't feel like Chris Fletcher is a confrontational man, and
And
maybe
that
that's
may
me.
be true. I mean, that may be true too, but you can get your
Yeah,
point across without being confrontational.
yeah,
You
yeah.
really can. And he just really was just kind of laid back and, just real passive with it. You know,
Hmm.
there's no way that, if I was Chris, you're not going to sit there and tell me in my face that you're going to check any woman.
That's right.
Nuh-uh. Not
Right.
mine. You won't be doing that
That's
to
right.
mine. And what was
Yeah.
going on with his feet?
Those were compression socks. So I know people were
Is that
saying,
what
why
that
you
was?
got them holes? Yeah, those were compression socks. So I don't know if it was due to the surgery that he had on his eyes
You could see
and
the
why he
puffiness
had
from the
them.
side.
Yeah, I tried to do a close up, child. You know me with my nose itself.
Uh,
Um, yeah, he looked a mess though. But
yeah.
yeah, those were
Um,
compression socks.
okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna discuss Kimmy and Tisha because that's not even a conversation to be had, really.
All
Um.
right.
Mm-mm. Was there anything else? Was there another scene?
Did you
Um.
go over Chris and little Chris?
Yeah, that was touching. That was really touching. It's good to see. Um. A father truly be there and be vulnerable to his child, especially a young male, in that
Mm-hmm.
manner because you don't see that a lot. So for I'm sure Chris Jr. to see his father get emotional, he's probably never seen that side of his dad, but to actually see that, um, it was really touching and yeah, that was kind of scary saying, you can't sleep and you get up and you drive around and things like that. Sometimes, that's when the freaks come out at night. You don't want to be out there in them streets and,
Right.
get pulled over and stuff by HPD or nothing like that. So, it's scary. So you definitely want to be in a good positive mind space. And if his dad is saying that he'll be there, I mean, definitely do that. Therapy is really good.
Yeah.
Yep. And the meeting with Kiki and Tiffany, she just doesn't hold herself accountable. Um, yeah, yeah, um, no comment there.
All
That's
right.
it. Yep. Thank you.
All right. I think you touched on everything. Great, great points. Yeah, we shall see. I will say this. I thought, I was giving Chris a little slack when, because I didn't care for his tone to Martell on the FaceTime when they were FaceTiming each other. I felt like Chris could have let his point be known then. But I put in my video earlier today, maybe, because when they're in the middle of filming, they don't get to see the scenes. So I'm hoping that he's seen the scenes and
Right.
had a different reaction at the reunion. We shall see.
Right.
But
Right.
yeah,
I
when
think
your
there was
wife
a
tell you
comment.
something,
There was
huh?
there was someone that made a comment. Did we see the purse on Martell's kitchen counter? I didn't see that.
I
Did anybody
did.
else see it? Oh, okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I saw it. I snapped a picture of it. Well, maybe I copied the picture from Facebook. Yeah, it was a little purse, and then when they went back to the scene, the purse was gone. So it's no shocker that Martell got women over there, coleslaw over there. It could have been her purse, or it could have been production. The way it was moved, it made me think that it could have been production. Production and the cameramen come and they shoot scenes and all of that. We see the scenes in there 5-10 minutes, but they're there sometime for hours. So, wasn't a
Mm,
big deal for me. But the man's screwing. We do know that, so I wouldn't be shocked. But great points,
mm.
Red. And let me read a couple of comments. Relly, you put he thought he was going to convince Mel to get back with him on that trip. That's why he was mad. She put him on a separate floor. He left there angry instead of being positive about moving forward. Facts. That destined trip. We saw that Martell don't have a bag with half his foot hanging out those socks he had on while he was propped up at Chris's counter. On Chris's counter. That was his counter, Crystal, Martell's, and those were compression socks. I might make someone mad, but I'm kind of okay with Mel's kids not being on if that BAC would be making videos with Mel's kids pissing everybody off. Okay. I respect it. Hey, Megan. Yeah, Mildred, coyotes. Chow, when I had my chow in the house, he got out one day and I went ballistic, crying and everything looking for him. And came back to the house after searching for 30-40 minutes and he was at the front door. And
Oh, that's so
coyotes were out
cute.
at that time.
You
So,
got a chow
yeah.
chow?
He
I,
went around the house to the
yeah,
front door.
he's with, He's with the soon to be ex now. What was that, Red Ann?
I said he went around the house to the front door.
No, he went
But
outside. He got out. My
uh-huh.
soon to be ex was coming in from work, and he came through the front door. And my child darted out, and
Mm. Okay.
so where we live, it's an area where he likes to jump in bushes on, trying to get rabbits, and it's real deep. It goes in real big area, but it was so dark we couldn't see him. So we went over there calling them, had flashlights, all that, couldn't see him. We drove up and down streets. We were in two different cars at the time. Couldn't find him. Like I said, I was hysterical, and got back home, and he was at the front door, and there was a guy, a clear guy. Majority of my town is clear, but there was a clear guy in front of the house in a car, and he said he was just sitting there waiting to see if somebody was going to open the door. So thank goodness he came back. So I'm kind of worried about him now because he's out of my house. Mm, yeah, and that was my choice too. I just couldn't handle three dogs, but I'm concerned. That was my baby, so I'm hoping he okay.
Huh?
Um, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but I
Yeah.
had to break ties with him too, child. Unfortunately. Um, but let me read a couple more comments, and then we are going to get to. And thank you, Girlfriend Chronicles. I see you drop down. Next up, we are going to have Cheryl Howard, and then we're going to end it off with Gail Harris. Let's see. The Snots thought that too, and didn't expect Kiki to get support. That's what they thought. Absolutely. Same thing I think that Tiffany thought. If Tisha paid attention to Mel when she was trying to connect her with other entrepreneurs, she might have more confidence in her skills. Great point. We do know that. We saw that on the show when Mel was taking her out and networking. I refuse to relish in another woman's anguish. Yeah. I have pity for Tiffany for sure. I do. But we also must still call it like we see it now. We talking about this show. So yeah. All right. And then Renee, I'm gonna read yours. And then we are going to go ahead and get to Cheryl Howard. Big Lou checked out when he got into it with Martell at the baby shower. Tiffany feels guilty because she started everything. Chris wasn't as compassionate with his daughter as he was his son. Ooh, good point. Good point. Lexi cutting up on social media. I have to let you guys know about that in another video. But excellent observation. There did seem to be a little more compassion, but if I'm being honest, Chris Jr. wasn't disrespectful like Lexi was, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion. A
Mm-hmm.
great point. Currently, we have 412 people watching. Thank you guys so very much. I hope you hit the like button for me. Thank you to the chat. You guys got an excellent discussion going on as well. So after Cheryl, I will read a couple more comments. Cheryl Howard, how are
Hey,
you?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Mama?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for
Hi, ladies.
asking.
I'm
Hey,
good.
what's your
Hey.
thoughts? What's your thoughts?
Oh, goodness. Well, Tiffany and Lou, as far as I'm concerned, Lou made the right choice because Tiffany, and I gotta agree with you, she's a Karen. She's definitely a Karen. I mean, she's always sticking her nose in people's business. She's messy. She's trifling. Deuces, Tiffany, deuces. You know, and may you have all the best in the world. May you live your best life, but deuces, because I think that's what Big Lou saw too. He saw a change in her. You know, he didn't see the
Mm,
wife he married. He saw somebody being trifling, messy, always in people's business, sticking your nose where it don't belong. He already spoke to her, spoke on it up to her about that when she approached Sheree. He asked her what was she, why would she approach Sheree and even say anything or get in Sheree's business with her and Martel. That wasn't her place. So he's starting to see a change in her as well. So maybe he feel like this show is changing her. This show is turning her into a Karen. Who knows? She
mm-hmm,
might have already been one all along, but he see a change in his wife that he don't like, and he want the wife that he married back, and she's messy and she's trifling and she's on this show sticking her nose where it don't belong. And I don't like her. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like Tiffany. So he's making the best decision to get her off this show. If she's going through some postpartum, get her the help she needs, get her off the show, because it could start to affect their marriage, at the rate she's
Mm-hmm.
going. I haven't
Yeah.
even seen Big Lou on the show as much as her. I don't think he's even interested in Love and Marriage anymore, or the reality show, because a lot of times it does break up marriages and it does break up relationships, especially when you
Yeah.
got a wife on the show being trifling and being messy in people's business, and then you coming after Kiki, somebody you don't know her from a hole in the wall besides what she heard, and you think you better than her, and you're not, and so she needs to go somewhere and maybe, like, take her on a trip somewhere far away, maybe Dubai somewhere. I don't know. Just as long as I don't have to see her on the show no more. She didn't bring nothing. She's boring. She dressed boring. She's boring, period. And she's messy and she's
Mm-hmm.
trifling, in my opinion. So, and I think Big Lou saw that. Oh, the baby's so beautiful. Oh God, that baby looks just like Big Lou. Oh, that's his twin.
Adorable.
He is so adorable. And
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? So as far as Martell and Chris, um Martell say a woman supposed to respect a man and not be disrespectful. Well, respect don't apply to him because he not no man. So it don't apply to him. So he's nobody to respect. He respects no one, but he want respect. The rule never applies to him. Like I always say, he's mad because Melody has moved on. And I'm sure he's triple sick after seeing that video of Melody and her
Mm.
holiday, Mrs. Santa. I know he triple sick. So,
Mm-hmm.
he mad too about that. So, and he gallivanting around with a bottom feeder like coleslaw. So, and really, honestly, that's where he belongs because he's a bottom feeder. So they both belong together. Two bottom feeders should be
Mm-hmm.
together, in my opinion. And as far as Letitia and this fake pregnancy, fake storyline and fake pregnancy scare, if even if she was, which she's not pregnant, in the words of Maury, Marceau is not the father because for
Mm-mm.
allegedly he's supposed to have a vasectomy. So then, in the words of
Yeah.
Maury, he is not the father if she was pregnant. So, but she, of course, we know she gonna make up fake storylines because she can't use Mel no more as a storyline. So she gonna come up with whatever. It's just the fakery of it all. I'm just glad the Fletchers are getting more, and I love the scene with Chris and Chris Jr.
Yes.
I really love that. It touched me, Um, of course, he's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be more attentive to his son because his son is not talking about blowing up the house making threats and being disrespectful and saying a lot of the stuff that what's her name, Alexi, was saying. A spoiled,
Yeah.
entitled brat that think that the whole world revolves around her, and it does. She's a grown woman. Go get a
Oh,
job
sure.
and build, and build some things. You grown. So at the end of the day, Chris is a great father, and Martell need to learn from him. Take a page out of Chris' book
Yeah.
and, and be there for your children instead of using them to get back at a woman who no longer wants you and she ain't never coming back. And he need to just get over it. Period. So, but above all, I like the episode. Some parts of the episode, it was. I give it a 8.
Mm-hmm.
I give it an 8. But above all, it was some good scenes. And deuces, Tiffany, live your life, girl. Stop
Yeah.
being a Karen. Get your life together. Get the help you need. You know, and take care of the baby. And that's it. That's it. That's all I got.
All right. Ooh, we Cheryl came in swanging. Do you hear me on everybody?
I'm
Everybody. Uh,
I'm sick of
I
Martell. Oh
feel
God. Oh
yeah,
child.
I
I,
got something special for him for members only.
oh,
I'm just over him again. This whole victim mentality, and
right.
it's such a biatch type
And
move
one more
for
thing.
me.
I'm sorry to chat.
Uh huh.
And
Go
and
ahead.
how does he think that Melody destroyed his life because she decided to take her God-given
My
name
name
back that she
back.
was born with?
Yeah.
How did she destroy him? You know how she destroying him? She's destroying him by living good, looking good, making money, living her life, smiling, laughing. That destroys Martell. It
Yeah.
it kind of like drains that demonic energy that he
Mm-hmm.
walks around with on a regular. So
Yeah.
that's what it is. He mad because she living her life and
I
she's happy, finally happy and free
right.
of him.
Yeah, I can agree with that. And I'm sure it's hard for him to watch, but yeah, I was kind of disgusted in him. That's as if Rogers was really something. It's like, how dare you? How dare you talk about a name that she was born to and
Right.
you act like Holt? Does he not realize what he represents with his own damn last name?
Oh my
You got a
God. I
whole
gotta.
baby out here, a whole
Hmm.
child out here, but you walk
I got.
around thinking the Holt name is something to be proud of. It's crazy.
I got four initials for that. You want to hear it?
Go
For Hope.
ahead.
Hope. H stands for hoodlum. O stands for op. L stands for loser, and T stands for trash. That's
Oh,
what his
wow.
name stands for. So that's all I
All
gotta say,
right.
and I'm done now for tonight.
All
So
right. Sheldon dropped the mic with that one, child. Hoodlum, op,
op
loser, and
and
trash.
trash. That's
Ooh-wee.
it.
But there you go. Yeah, there you go. Great breakdown, I must say. Yeah, but that was just disgusting to me of him to even because he actually rolled his eyes, and the man is disturbed, and anybody with sense can see it a mile away, and he needs to go ahead and get him some real help. Honestly, that's how I feel. But great points, Cheryl. I'm gonna read a couple comments, and then we're gonna have Gail Harris to take us on out. Miss Tina said, "Oh, let me read Shelly." Shelly said, "Why does it have to be something? Chris probably has a business that he must protect and cannot act a fool. It does not have to be infidelity. I don't think Chris would have agreed to TV with secrets. Yes." And also, Relly put earlier that it was before Mel and Martell, before they even met him, because Neil Fletcher did mention how Lexi was young. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, Relly, is that when she said that Lexi had to go back home at that time when they separated? And Shelly, I agree with you. I don't think that, I put it in my video, the scene recap. I don't want Chris to throw paws or anything like that, but he can still respectfully check Martell's ass, and he should have. His wife came to him and said she felt disrespected, and that called for a little more than what he gave to me. I still think Chris Fletcher is a great guy. Just an opinion on the scene. That's it. That's all. Has little Buddy ever had a scene without mentioning Mel's name? I don't think so. I don't believe Chris didn't say anything because of his image or business. I think Martell knows dirt. Chris said everything was out already. Yeah, I think everything is out. And like I said, there's no need for them to go back and rehash anything. That was before the show. They worked through that. The kids then got grown and everybody forgave them. So there's no need for the sake of reality TV to me. If it was something current, then absolutely. If we saw his back in a hotel, then absolutely. If he was taking trips out the country, then absolutely. You know what I mean? Chris also said that he told Martell to stop doing what he was doing because he knew the damage that it would cause to his children and family. Yes, he and Nell said that. All right. And let's see. Chris told Martell don't say anything to Neil. If he has a problem, come to him. Martell wanted an argument, but Chris peeped him and said, not today. Good point, Marsha. He did tell him that. Come to me. And that's when Martell said, I'm not going to be disrespecting y'all wives, but if I do disrespect, again, there should not have been a but, period. So I just don't like how they treat him with kid gloves. I just don't like it, but it is what it is. All right. We're gonna go ahead and get to Gail. Gail, your thoughts on Love and Maritime's Bill, season 6, episode 26.
Oh, okay. Hey, Chit Chat.
Hey.
The last lady, Marcia, I actually do agree with her about Chris. Well, let me start from the beginning, from the show. So I do know they said that Tiffany didn't stand in her truth or stand in all the stuff she was saying, and she didn't. But I respect Kiki in that scene because Kiki laid it all on the table, of, telling her, she got her together by telling her her side. Tiffany was saying one thing, but Kiki, I saw her truth. Tiffany didn't stand in hers, but I saw Kiki's. So I really, I do respect Kiki, but I really respected her even more because she laid it all on the table and she didn't have to get ignorant to do it. So I respected Kiki. And then after later on, when I found out about Tiffany, what Tiffany was saying about her, I kind of respected her just a little bit because of that. And I do think that Tiffany kind of acted a fool most of the time this time and all the stuff she was saying. I somehow believe that production had her doing all of that, and because she wanted to be on the show, because I don't think they were supposed to come back from the get go. I think that that's why she was doing that to solidify their spot on the show. That's just how I kind of felt about it when it came to Tiffany. Oh God, Beavis and Butthead, which would be uh, Tisha and Kimmy. Yeah, I have to agree. That was a filler scene. Nobody thought that she was pregnant. I mean, if you thought you were pregnant, you're not going to wait till the show to actually take a pregnancy test, and you're not going to
Right.
go and do a JJ steam. If you are pregnant, thinking that that could potentially hurt you, you're not going to go on nationwide TV and take a pregnancy test, knowing your husband could actually see it and your family can see it. That was just ridiculous. That's why I said Beavis and Butthead. Really, I was
Mm.
kind of rolling my eyes like, can this scene just go? I, I, I really do. And then when she said that Mel was trying to dig, I think she was trying to
Mm.
throw everybody else a bone to say, see, Mel is digging in this. Mel has something to
Mhm.
do with this. And yeah. Now we see you, boo. We see you right here. We weren't paying no attention to that. So moving right
Mm.
along with those idiots, because that's exactly who they are. Esther and Claudine can just go on. But
Oh wow.
so so when it came to Martell, I, you know, Martell is an idiot. But I have to agree with Chris. Have you ever heard that saying? I mean, had that saying, you'll be just as much as a fool to be. I mean, you'll look foolish by arguing with a fool. So I think that's what Chris is probably standing
Uh-huh.
on. This is a fool. Why would I even argue? That's why he said, "Look, if you got a problem, just come talk to my wife, or either come talk to me." Or did he say? He also said, "Was I telling you the truth? Was she telling you the truth, or was she, whatever?" And he was like, "No, she was being disrespectful." Oh, I wanted to say something so bad, y'all, but it's Sunday and Lord, I went to church and I prayed and I don't want to say it disrespectful, so I'm gonna try to say it. But what was you talking about? Women need to be disrespectful. If you would have kept your you know what in the household, you wouldn't have to worry about nobody being disrespectful. I don't think that Martell is ever gonna get it. I agree with
No.
Chris a couple of episodes ago when he basically said um, that Martell won't get it. Martell won't get it because he's so determined to blame Mel for the demise of their marriage or for the downfall of
Mhm.
his life. And until he truly accept responsibility for what he did,
Yes.
he's going to be sitting right there. And even Chris had to tell him, this is a Roger side and this is a Hope side. We are in the middle. But see, he was able to turn everybody else against Mel. He's getting upset with them because he can't turn them. And because they're grown and they're able to say, but dude, we ain't getting in all of this. So no, just say whatever you're gonna say. So I think that's why I do wish he would have I wish he would have said a little bit more, but he could have said a little bit more, and they probably just cut it out because for whatever reason, when it comes to Martell, they always make it. They just he gets a pass for whatever reason. I don't know why, but he
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to Chris and his son, I'm gonna say something that I've said about this show before. And if Trending's still on here, I don't know if she heard me say this before. This is the first time you see a real man protect his family on this show. This is the first because
Mhm.
Maurice don't do it, Marceau don't do it, and Martell don't do it. You saw this man that was so vulnerable when it came to his grown son. Now, don't get me wrong. I think little Chris ass is spoiled. I think he acting a little fool because he wants his pets back, and Manel and them are making him stand in his, because what he owed them about 10 grand, because they said they had to get
Yep.
him out of jail, which was six, and then they had to take the dogs
And
to the vet,
3,500.
3,500. So
Mm-hmm.
they're saying, bro, you got to pay us back. But he's basically pouting because he feels like they got it. They should just give me my dogs back. And they're saying, no, you need to basically, you need to pay us back. But then I do agree that if he had put him on a payment plan, but maybe they done this before, because Nell said they don't ever pay her back. Chris said, she said they
She
pay
did.
Chris back, but they never pay her back.
Yeah.
So I guess that's why she's saying this. And he needs to just, he needs to man up, and he needs to go ahead and do what he has to do to either pay them back, get himself together, because even his brother said he had got him a job and he really wasn't even working. So I do think
Right.
some of that, is kind of like entitled. I don't want to pay you back. You should just give me my dogs back. But they're making him be responsible. And I think it's kind
But
of growing
let me
pains.
Yeah, but
You
let me
sir?
say this, Gail. I think it's definitely way more going on than just the dog. I don't think that Chris
Mm.
Fletcher Sr. would tear up and get emotional like that if in his heart he felt like what his son was going through was just entitlement and these pets. I think it's more, that will probably be revealed if they remain on the show. I think it's more going on with them. But go
I
ahead.
agree with you, because we don't know what he went to jail for, that they had to pay six
Right.
thousand dollars to get him out for. So we don't even know what
Yeah.
that looks like. We don't know if there's other implications to that, if something else could be going on with that too. So we don't really know, and I hope that I mean, they'll probably show us on. So in the realness of the show, the Fletchers have come out and showed us the real of what love and marriage and what family actually looks like. So I do hope they stay around, and I like the way that actually looks.
Hmm.
um like I said, and when it came to Tiffany and Lou, yeah, I think with the episode with them, I kind of felt like I don't really dislike Tiffany. Tiffany gets on my nerves, so I could take her or leave her. But most of them on that show get on my nerves, so I could take them or leave her. But I do think that she thought, when she said, I want to have a baby, I really think she thought that Lou was going to be at home more. That I think she
Hmm.
basically built up something in her head that just couldn't be. And I respect the fact that he told her, if you don't have enough time now, how are you going to have enough time later? And then him having to travel with the baseball team, and she has the other two kids at home, her job, and then filming and a baby. Yeah, a mother is of four who kids are spread out. I do understand that. And my husband was actually at home, but he worked a whole lot. I do think that, yeah, that took a toll on her, and I do think that she should have thought that out. But look, Cutie is already here, so I wish her the best. If I'm glad that either she or he or both of them made the decision to take a step back for her mental health, because she was saying that it was too
Hmm.
much. So that I kind of appreciated the fact that she decided to just go ahead on and step back, because she had basically saying, whether I'm messy, whether I'm a Karen, whether whatever, my husband, myself, and my children and my family means more to me than its reality, this reality show, because
Yeah.
yes, it's a little check, but it doesn't mean my life. So with that, but yeah, but then I'm gonna say this, chit chat too. Yeah, Courtney pissed me off too. Next week when I saw that, I was like, Courtney, I had your back. I thought you were really gonna
Okay.
stand up to it, but I was like, man, they always get on there, and then they backpedal, and it's like they make people like, when it comes to Maurice or Martell, it's like they make everybody else backpedal to them. And I don't understand that. But hey, I guess we'll just have to see the show
Marceau,
and see what happens.
Marceau and
Mar-
Martell.
yeah, Marceau. But if you saw the little thing, Stormy ain't backpedaling at all. She's still
Stormy ain't
cussing
back
him
down
out.
at all, baby.
No, she's
She
still
she
calling
doubled
him a
down.
bitch. She sure
She doubled
Stormy
down.
doubled
Okay.
down on what she said. So I'm like, man, the only
Yes, she
real man
did.
that's gonna step up to Marsha is gonna be Stormy, cause she and Mel,
Okay.
cause she still didn't back down. But that's all I
No, she
really
did.
had to say about them. That's all I really had to say. And
But
I
no,
wish, going forward, I don't want to see Claudine and Bernice. I just don't. because I'm tired of the sex
which is
conversations.
Kenny and Tisha.
Yes, I don't want to hear them sex conversations.
Oh
I
my
don't want to
God.
hear all of that. And then she said that he said, "Let's go to marriage counseling." Everybody, hey, we all know that Maurice, that Marsha does not want to go to marriage counseling. Girl,
Mm-mm.
who do y'all think we
Storyline.
are?
Storyline.
He
Let's
didn't
Mm.
keep
want to
them
go the
going to
first
next
time.
season. Right. Let's keep the and don't be surprised if they do go to counseling next season. Again, they're securing a spot on the show, but it's definitely for the show. Without work or without being able to see it, to see Tisha transition from stay-at-home mom to businesswoman, it's not believable. So for me, she's been a stay-at-home mom because I ain't never seen her in nobody's office on this
Me
show.
neither.
With Mar
Well, you know
with
what?
Marceau,
Yeah, and
hold
he
on,
kicked her
with
out of the office.
Marceau, hold on, Gail. With Marceau, it's not believable for me to think that he now wants to go to marriage counseling because guess what? We haven't seen him talk about anything on the show that would
Mm,
even make us believe that that's true. So it's just
Hmm.
not authentic. Go
mm-mm.
ahead, Gail here.
No, I actually, I do follow Tisha on Instagram, and I didn't realize I did until because she, you might see her post a house or something like that every now and again, but you don't ever see her. I work in some part of real estate, but most of
Mhm.
the realtors that I actually work with, whenever they sell a house, they show that they sold a house. Just like when they sold Destin them house, you see them show that they sold their house. I ain't seen Tisha show not one house that she sold. But I don't be on Instagram like that. So you keep talking about you're
Yeah.
so busy. What are you so busy doing? Except posting pictures of you. But at the same time, I don't know. I just wanted to say that I do. I wish Tiffany all the best, and I wanted to say I kudos to the show that they did put the PSA
Yeah.
up there talking about mental health.
Yes.
But I think they
Yeah.
overheard us saying they should have did it with Kiki. That they
With
didn't do that
Kiki.
with Kiki. So I think that that's
Yeah.
why they backtracked and put it on there for Tiffany and for Lil Chris
Mm.
is because of the fact that they heard us say that they didn't do it for Kiki. And so I'm
Yeah.
glad that they did. But I pray, I know we got some more shows to see. But next year, I hope Carlos is listening because you know what? He's in these comments. He was in the comments about the Fletchers. He was in the comment about Tiffany. So I
Mhm.
hope he's taking
Mhm.
to heart of what people are saying about the Scots that they need to go. And the Scots, if they don't go, I hope they're taking to heart that people are saying that y'all are fake. We don't want to see this anymore. Y'all can keep it moving. And maybe they'll come back and be truthful, which I doubt, but I just hope so. Because even Wanda's been quiet. Praise God for that. But I'm just saying,
Mm.
I hope they do. But that's all I
Child,
had to say.
Wanda with her chitlin dressing. I can't
Ugh.
get over it.
Ugh.
Is that a true thing?
Trending.
No,
That's
I
a
ain't
true
never heard of it.
thing. I
It
look.
is.
I didn't. I just saw it as far as the title. Yeah, they said she was on video making it or something. I'm not going to watch that mess.
Ew.
I can't even
Oh
Me
imagine.
no.
either.
Ugh. Oh,
Ew.
Chitlin dressing.
I thought you meant it was the real
Chitlin
thing, like it's in
dressing.
the stores. I ain't never seen no chitlin dressing before, ever,
No,
Ew.
she
never.
made it.
I know
No,
it
Wanda
looks
made it.
nasty. It looks.
Chitlin dressing, child.
Oh God, it looks
Baby,
nasty.
Ew.
Oh
go ahead and
Jesus.
God.
stay away from me ever. That's gross.
I
But
don't eat
I
chitlins.
agree with you, Gail Harris. Hopefully Carlos is paying attention. He did seem to get a little excited when it comes to the Fletchers because Carlos was quiet, real quiet when it comes to this show. For me, I try real hard. I can't help but to give it straight with no chaser, just period, as far as my commentary. But again, I don't want to personally affect anybody's mental health. I don't want anybody doing something to themselves and saying, "Oh my God, it's because of this or because of that." So you're kind of in a tough position when you are trying to give commentary on the show. So I do wish Tiffany well. Although I do think that I'm sorry, who is that? Is that you, Gail?
Oh,
Although I
sorry.
although I do think that okay, that's okay. I do think that Tiffany made her own bed when it comes to a lot of folks' perception of her. I still wish her well because that with postpartum and all of that, she does not feel good about herself. She don't recognize herself. You can look at it until she gained weight, and we don't want that. So I can't uplift some and not some in their time of need. So I do hope that Tiffany and Lou are okay. I hope that is nothing else that's going on. It seemed like it. That it just seems like there is no connection at all. But I do think that Big Lou does display the characteristics to me of a man, even if it comes to putting his foot down and saying, "Look, this show is not worth us," which is what he did. So it was a pretty good episode for me. As
Mhm.
I mentioned, they could have, and this is not personal. It's just that it is nothing of substance and value or that gets a conversation going. And that's the whole, what did you call them, Gail? Kiki and I'm sorry, Kimmy and Tiffany, Kimmy and Tisha. They could
Oh,
have kept
Bernice
that.
and Claudine.
What's the
Bernice and
Bernice and
Claudine.
Claudine child? Yeah, they could have kept Bernice and Claudine. Bernice and Claudine, if y'all listening, going forward, I mean, I just think it's their time. Because I
Yeah.
just think that they are too, and it's not even private. It's not even them being reserved. It's just secretive. They're too secretive to give the real. So that's what I hope Carlos is looking at. If you are, then yeah, the people want real. We don't want the fake. So,
Hmm.
but this has been an excellent, excellent live. Hey, True Wisdom. I hope you well. We are getting out of here, True Wisdom. We've been on here for 2 hours and 21 minutes. But I thank you guys so much for having this open discussion when it comes to Love and Marriage Huntsville, season 6, episode 26. I will be back tomorrow at some point to do a hot topics power hour and a couple other things when it comes to Huntsville. So it may be tomorrow evening ish, or because I got to get my car service tomorrow, and then I'm doing a couple things in honor of my mom. Unfortunately, tomorrow is the day that she passed, so I'm gonna be
Oh,
out keeping
sorry.
myself busy. Yeah,
Wow.
keeping myself busy, doing some things that she loves to do, and then I'm gonna get my butt back in this house. But I thank you guys. I hope you guys had a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. Shout out
You
to
too.
the panel. We had Girlfriend
Yeah.
Chronicles, we had Trending, we had Red Ann, Gail Harris, and Cheryl Howard. Thank you guys so much. You all
Thank you
had
for letting me come up.
awesome. You're welcome,
Love,
Chit
girl.
chat,
love,
I'll
Thank
send you
you.
love.
that
I got
recipe
that
tomorrow
whole,
too.
please
And
do, please do. And,
Okay.
and Cheryl Howard, I done wrote down that whole child. You came in and dropped it like it was hot. Red and one playing. Red and don't want to hear a dang on thing, her or trending when it comes to Tiffany. They say, go ahead, enjoy
exactly.
your time off. It's been real.
Deuces.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, shout out to Tiffany. I'm gonna try to be a little nice and get yourself together. Reality TV is never ever worth your mental health. So, but yeah, next time if you come back at any point, you gotta stand in your shit,
Right.
Tiffany.
And please
You
come
gotta
back.
stand
Just
in
don't
it,
come back.
girl.
Stay away.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Please.
and shout out to
Stay
Lil
away.
Chris, Big Chris. What's that?
I
They
just stay
said stay
away.
away.
Don't come back.
Y'all hard. Woo, child, y'all ain't playing. They say, all right, it's been real. What Russell Simmons used to say on that comedy show. Thank y'all for joining me. Good night. That's it, huh?
That's it.
That's it.
And you say that's it. That's all.
That's it. That's all. That's it.
Right. That's it.
Bye.
That's all. But
Bye.
again, thank you, sis, too, for putting it in here. Thank you guys again for joining us. If you have not hit the like button, please go ahead and hit the like button on your way out. Yes, Journeyology. We are sick of hearing about Kimmy's cootie cat. Okay.
Me too.
We
Lord
done,
Jesus.
girl. Not
Ah,
only did we have to hear about it, then we had to sit there and look at y'all getting steamed. It's a little bit much, if you ask
I'm
me.
telling you.
Red Ann, I know you wanted to discuss the Soul Train Award, so we'll definitely do that tomorrow. I gotta watch it first, child.
Honey,
So I
don't worry
will
about
watch
it.
it.
You didn't miss nothing. Don't worry
Okay.
about it. Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. It wasn't good. Yeah, normally I get my clips from like the shade room and all of that,
Oh,
but
it was
I
so
do want to come
sad.
back tomorrow and yeah, I want to talk to you guys tomorrow. Wait a minute. Kiki Palmer was there, right? Wasn't she hosting?
Well, listen, that's the thing. Yes, she was hosting. So when I actually saw it, I said, okay, is this the pre? You know how they always do a pre red
Hmm.
carpet performances and things like that? But I'm like, okay, but if she's hosting it, she wouldn't be doing the pre performances and things like that. No, that was the actual Soul Train Awards. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
It was, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was in somebody's
Okay. Well, I
backyard.
had to. Yeah, I have to check it out. I did see Tashina Arnold and Gina, Tisha
Yeah.
Campbell. They did something as well. So yeah, you know, we'll see. We'll talk about it. But I do want to
Yeah.
talk to you guys one day this week, Power Hour, when it comes to parenting, in regards to what's going on with Tiny and Ti's son King. I can't wait to click off. Thank you, Kelly. So I can go and scan these internet screets. But Ti had to snatch his little arse right up around his neck, and he should have. You know, he talking to his daddy like he talking to a Negro on the street. And
Yep.
little boy, you're not tough. You're not tough. So if it wasn't for Ti's reputation and protection based off of his
Uh-huh.
name alone, somebody would have been stumped this little boy. So hopefully he can
Uh-huh.
get some help. Bring back old school parenting. Bring some people
Right,
need
chit
it.
chat.
You know, I'm not
Right, chit
saying
chat.
yeah, I'm not
Right,
saying beat. I'm not saying beat your kids, but
right.
sometimes they need a snatch up around the neck. Snatch their little ass up right on up off the floor in midair. Who you think you talking to like that?
And if
He
Ti would
was
stop
so
being his homie,
disrespectful.
yeah, if he stopped being his
Huh?
homie, I said if Ti stopped being his homie and be his father, and stop being a homie, then he could gain that respect. But you can't be hanging out with your son and partying and all. You know,
Yeah, well, I don't even
Ti
know if
is
he
one,
has. Right.
huh?
I don't even know if he has partied with him to that extent.
So he been,
But this little
yeah,
boy been off the chain, period. So
I know.
now it
For a
seems that,
while.
you know, yeah, you wouldn't even and he did all of this mess at an Atlanta Falcons football game yesterday in front of the players. He hollering out on the field, I stand on business. You don't stand on anything. You probably need to stand on a step stool because you're about 3 feet tall,
Right,
sitting there with all his mouth. So,
right.
you
Spoiled
know, we
title.
shall talk about it. Yes, too blessed for you. I come from the old school days, and
That's
I
right.
don't believe in beating your kids, but I will tell you guys this. My daddy never hit me because I was too spoiled. But my mama told my arse up. And when I became grown, I was grateful for every arse whooping she gave me. Every one. Because I deserved it, number one. And number two, I probably would have had 15 different baby daddies and babies
Whoop.
and everything else had she not been the parent that she was. So I'm from the old school. Snatch
That's
them
right.
up, sis.
Mm-hmm.
Snatch they arse up. Because that's what we not going to do. So yeah, I'm getting angry just thinking about it. That little boy was talking to his daddy like he was a nigga on the street. And
Uh-huh.
T.I., let it be known, you can't handle me. So all I heard the little boy saying was, get your hands off me. It was too late for that. He caused his daddy to do that. T.I. didn't do much at all in that video, but he had enough. And, the little boy kept talking. So it is what it is. Yes, too blessed, probably 15, 20 child. I mean, I wasn't out there like that. So you guys know I'm using it as a figure of speech. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she didn't play, baby. My mama did not play. And I'm
Mm.
grateful for it, because it teaches you discipline and respect and and all of that. So, this
Yeah,
soft
that's a
parenting
whole.
thing,
Mm,
like you
Yep,
say, or
that's a.
Cheryl, if like they're hanging out, you're thinking your kids is more your friends than
yeah,
your
yeah,
kids. That can
yeah.
end up, yeah,
He
that
had him in
can
the
end up being a
studio,
problem.
and he had him in studios and
Yeah.
all that, and just hanging around grown
Yeah.
adults and all that. Ti, and
Hmm.
Tiny kind of live kind of wild. So it's kind of like when you create the monster. It's kind of hard to like now
Yeah.
want to break the monster down when you created that monster. Kinda.
Mhm.
That's how I see it. Because
Yeah.
Mhm.
he's too
Yeah.
much of a
Yeah.
homie to him. I've
Well,
seen them
yeah,
together. He's too much of a homie. I don't. That's not how you be your kid. You're supposed to be the
but
father
in spite of
and man
right, and
respect.
I get that, Cheryl. Yeah, I get that, but I can tell you this is because of Ti and Tiny that he got a roof over
Right.
his
You're
head.
right.
Because of
Right.
Ti
You're
and
Come
right.
on
Tiny,
now.
he's driving a nice car.
Yeah.
Because
You're
of
right.
Ti and Tiny, he got clothes and shoes and everything else. So
You're right.
respect is respect. I don't
I give you
care if
that.
I did, right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
So
get it.
respect
I
is
get it.
respect, but I get that. You got to be the parent first. You got to
Right.
be the parent first. You can't be the
Right.
friend. Now if
Right.
they want to get up 25, 30, that's like with me. I knew my mother and father after I got grown wouldn't put their hands on me or anything like that because I'm grown. But I didn't even cuss in front of them grown. If I made a mistake
Mhm.
and cuss, I say, "Oh, I'm sorry, mama. Oh, I'm sorry, daddy." That's respect.
Yeah, because
So,
Mhm.
I
um,
personally see parents smoke and party with their kids and go to clubs with their kids.
yeah,
Even my
you
son be in the
shouldn't.
club and see women my age, but their kids in the club. It just, come on, you're not the homie. You're the parent.
Yep.
So,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I seen
Yeah.
that, honey, where they smoke weed with them and they
yeah,
drink with them. Then they wonder why they don't respect them. Are you
right,
giving them
Correct.
anything to respect?
right. Because then
Are
they
you
Right.
start
giving
thinking
them
that
anything to
that's
respect?
right. They
Right.
start thinking you're on their level when you do that. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I've
So
had
yeah,
my
we'll have a
daughter. Yeah, I've had my daughter to ask me or say, "Mom, let's go out for a glass of wine." I said, "I'm not drinking with my child. You go do that with your friends."
hmm, right, right.
hmm. Even while grown, you mean?
Even while,
Right
yes,
there?
even while grown. Yeah,
Even while
she's
grown?
35.
Okay.
When, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
35, and yeah, I said, "No, ma'am." Because it
Mm-hmm.
starts there.
Yeah, that's
Nope.
right. Yeah,
I
like
agree.
other than family functions, wedding receptions, or holidays, we never did that either. Go hang out. Well, my parents didn't hang out in clubs anyway. But
Mhm.
yeah, we
Right.
never did that. So
Right.
bring
Mm-mm.
back old school parenting. But yeah, I'm with you, Kelly. That little wide mouth boy, them big oversized veneers in his mouth would have been right there on the field. Would have been right there on the field. I'm sorry because he was just too disrespectful. So let's talk about it this week in detail, guys. But thank you again to Red Ann. I appreciate you, sis. Let me know of any happenings, if you
Good
know
night,
what I
TikTok.
mean.
Mm,
Good night,
And
Cheryl Howard.
good night,
Thank
Ann.
you. Thank
They
you as
almost done with that
well.
hotel in Madison. I'm trying to figure out if they still over that project.
Okay, well, yeah, let us know or let me know. Send me a DM, child, and let me
Mm-hmm.
know. But to the cutie crew, I'm gonna put up a post. You guys let me know if you guys want to meet Tuesday or Friday. I would love Friday because I know we can kick it. But we'll do something throughout the week anyway. So we'll do that. But to the chat, thank you guys so very much for joining me. Good night. Red Ann, I see you on the back chat. And good night, everybody else. Shout out to my sis holding it down. Sis, all I no, I ain't gonna say that, child. I was about to say something. Shout out to my sis, Pink Diva, also known as Pink Table Topics, holding it down in that modern spot. I'm gonna say happy birthday in advance to my sis as well. She will be celebrating her birthday December 1st. So, sis, you have an excellent time, but we will talk before then. But thank you again to each and every one that joined me tonight. If you did not hit the like button, please make sure to go ahead and hit the like button on your way out. And shout out to the replay gang. I will chat with you guys soon. Bye.
You think you got it, oh, you think you got it, but got it, just don't get it if there's nothing at all. We've been together, oh, we've been together, but separate's always better when there's feelings involved. It's what they say. Then what makes, then what makes, then what makes, then what makes, then what makes the exception? So why, oh, why, oh, why, oh, why, yeah.